Hero Marine Solar, basically classic. Most of the players over at Gamers 8 recently have signed this, so bloody awesome mousepad, and you'll be one of only 2 people in the world who has this, or only the person who the single person that has the Balance Wine shirt covered in pro game.
前面要吹很久的。
So getting there, guys, we are individually handwriting out raffle tickets and chucking them in here. It's $5 for a raffle ticket, and we'll post those out to you wherever you are in the world, even if we have to hire NASA to do it, to send stuff all the way from Australia to the opposite side. So if you donate towards the PIGfest prize pool, you will be in the running to win this lovely shirt, When Behind Balance Wine, one of our favorite designs from Dot, with our own logos that we definitely have the rights to here. That we don't mind the Dark Templar and the Mutalisk. 3 favorite units. It's funny because when we first here, and then I guess people don't complain about Dark Temple. What do people complain about from Protoss? I don't know, a shield battery or something. We've got to update this to whatever the zeitgeist is like complaining about the most.
你们打什么问号？
Anyways, we've got Protoss AP Woody. We've got Zerg Never Loses, Big Gabe, Turtle Terran Sunks, Loco. The Warp Prism should cost gas, according to Lambo. 3 racks is OP, says Rob. Install StarCraft, you're already 6.
我上厕所去啊，妈来。
Protoss, you need to know how to play the game. Protoss OP and Karen's Cry, says Spirit. Ghost, remove it from the game, says, I believe, is that Reyna? Who said that one? I think that's Reyna. Also, Age of Empires is better than StarCraft 2 from DeMuslim with a smiley face. So guys, don't forget to get your pitchforks out and go over to his crappy Age of Empires stream.
Let's get it on. It is game number 1 on Waterfall. In the top right, we have the Red Terran, Buddy.
Down in the bottom left, he is our Blue Protoss player, the player who has given us hope for a race that we've desperately needed. Let's make some noise for Hero! I wish we were in that crowd, ZG. You know,
I do.
We've been saying this all weekend. It has been exciting, and we're like 1,000 and many more miles away. Just listening to it. Crazy.
What's amazing.
这个逼你们到底是有搞了多少素材啊？回来了，黄哥。
我来了。哎呀妈个鸡！他这个是什么视频啊？
石油杯。
哦。
生化危机4艾达篇出来了吗？可以啊。
你准备把它打完吗？
那出来肯定要打完的，周5好吧？周5黄哥不在，我播完比赛我们就来打好吧？周5。
就明天我不在嘛，就明天。
就明天是吧？明天好吧，兄弟。
明天要去跟赞助商吃个饭。哎呀，看看怎么聊聊。
最近玩的东西有点多啊，有 DND， 你像要玩动物派对，对，那 APS 我也好久没玩了。DOTA 每天晚上必须打一把的，对不对？
这你们。
还有什么？
Big thank you, Kinda Average Gamer with the $10 says my small part to support StarCraft with the $10. Schmignus with the $25. Don't forget, guys, use your sense denominations to cheer for one of your favorite players.
这个 PIG 因为是去参加过很多的比赛啊，所以说他那个有很多的。
他去了就搞点那种签名啊什么的。
对，有很多素材，反正。
他去很多比赛去解说。他最早也是个选手，后来年纪大了就退役当解说了。现在也是推起比较大的一个英文的解说。
Go, go, go. We're going now. Let's get in here. Fingers crossed. Nothing breaks. Let's see what happens. I think we're good. Start recording.
他这比赛有赞助的 AMD， 下面是不是雷蛇嘛？
他妈哪来的雷蛇？
没有吗？啊，就只有 AMD 是吧？
就 AMD 赞助的。
可以的呀。
哎，星际主播不容易啊，搞点赞助。
好了，来了，今天第一场啊，邦尼对 Q，
邦尼对 Q。那星际的主播这些妈的都在给星际续命，他妈的就暴雪不做人事儿。是这样说啊？
这话呢也不能这么说。他妈的，对于暴雪来说，星际就是一个过时的游戏而已。结束了，我前面
土都去掉
啊，忘了。
Anyone other than really Beyond and Bunny is in huge trouble when they play against Cure. But Bunny, when he's on,
没有这个土豆主要是为了挡他的聊天室，他有个聊天室，事实聊天室。
Wait. Oh, it's the float build. I was like, why doesn't he have?
上来也比你那 Q 好战术。玩家都不玩的，所谓续命是给选手续命。哎呀，我他妈的，我很少见到，就是一个游戏在巅峰的时候，他宣布停止更新什么的，这个啊真的很奇葩。喂，
感谢老仙来我注册成功的飞机感谢兄弟。什么东西啊？直接两兵飞过来，光头一波。
直接光头吗？这个妈有点狠啊！这个战术。感谢老仙来我注册成功的一个飞机感谢兄弟。
For those who don't know, in TVP is known for cheesing on this map all the time. It's almost predictable. But I didn't realize
这个有点狠啊，3个光头再出手吧。
不，这个战术如果成功的话，就一击必杀了呀。
对，你打不过的这个，而且他可以卡个位置。重新是巅峰，重新不是巅峰。星际争霸重新是最低谷。你们说巅峰的是对重新完全不了解，
自由之翼
是最低谷的时候。
然后虚空之翼也是巅峰。
自由之翼巅峰了一段时间，然后走下坡路，走到重新是最低谷，然后慢慢从虚空之翼又开始往上爬到这个最后的一刻，就是停止更新前的那一刻。停止更新前那一刻是星际争霸2从来没有过的巅峰。就停止更新的那一刻是，
把你人傻了。
是当时是就是更新的威望系统，那个是真巅峰啊！当时的数据你放到 Steam 也能随便进前5。随便，我靠！
哎，这炸的，
炸的还可以哦。他本来是做了个建筑学缩在里面。
这个蛮农民已经拖的
手，但农民少了很多，只有13个农民。
You're down at half the worker count. You do have a command center finish though. There's an argument this might be playable. Marauder stutter stepping away, gets a marine.
甩枪兵，枪兵对光头威胁更大一点。
单手搓出来的未往事呀！哎呀，其实说明这个游戏是有潜力的。对不对嘛？就这个游戏的类型都是有潜力的。一个在线超过10万的游戏，他妈竟然会放弃掉，我他妈真的服了。你妈换个厂商都把这个当块宝。
有点卡，
换不动了呀！他就13个农民，他就一直光头跟你换就完事儿了。
对他光头不会停的。
对啊，他光头不停就一直换你农民，你经济根本起不来。他妈的这个进去就死了，怎么那么卡呀？他们
不知道呀。
哎，不过也不想打了，直接中战术。
这个战术很拼啊，拼到了。
think that's the server pooping itself a little bit. Korean server does do this sometimes, but hopefully it fixes. Nice game 1 victory there.
起码20万在线，20万在线应该没有，你这个有点那个乱讲的，没有20万在线。当时国服接近10万在线。然后你想嘛，国服在线的时候，美服和欧服的人不是那么多呀，这个时间是错开的呀。可是到20万有点难，15万在线肯定是有的。就最辉煌的时候，15万在线很好了。你想想，现在 DOTA 2啊什么这些，也就60-70万在线，对吧？15万在线、20万在线，这种夸张的。
妈的，我就想，你每天赢这个东西，
韩服人很少，韩服人只有国服1/3。
不是，你每天赢这种东西有什么用？
国服有很多合作工作室刷，哎，你们说有工作室刷声望啊之类的东西。他有市场，他才会有工作室呀，说明是真有人啊！你说一个游戏，他有这种工作室做代练、做陪玩、做这些东西，那如果挣不到钱，他为什么要做这个工作室嘛？那说明就是人多，他才天天在那里刷广告啊，是不是那么回事嘛？要他刷3天广告，他妈一个单都接不到，他他妈早撤了好吗？
说的没错。
对不对嘛？你反向思考一下嘛，把那个聊天室挡住。
哦，忘了，妈了个鸡的，
对吧？你这个，你反向思考嘛，这个就是他有市场才会有这些东西的呀。
Big thank you for the support, everybody. Manakino with a big 26.63. Thank you so much for the love. Says for the tournament. You know what? If you guys are donating in other currencies, it's very hard to get the exact cent amount. I totally understand that. I am going to imagine you were trying to do 60.
黄哥真的是
，DOTA 70万的，DOTA 峰值，我说的，现在是没事，他晚上
，DOTA
现在是这样的，它是欧美，就特别是欧服就是俄罗斯啊这些服务器人特别多。
DOTA
东南亚人也多，国服人相对来说少一点，
也没有关系。星际也不要去歪歪了，就那么回事了，它不会变得。
是的，说的没错。
不会变得更好，我
不会变得更好。
就这样，因为毕竟是款老游戏，没有潜力。你让微软来一款游戏，如果没有
也这样
对没有赚钱的这种办法的话，他为什么还要去重点去搞这个东西嘛？
对。
那也就可能看中个 IP， 那我付点钱，
只有用这个 IP 出新游戏。
对啊，就是这样子啊，不然呢？
他不出星际3的话就这个 IP 是没有意义的，对吧？
对啊。
帮你反手野兵营啊，拼了！妈了个鸡，让你野我！
看 Q 是2期开吗？2期开的话，这个野兵没用。
countering with his own 2 This does look like a more standard 2-Rex Reaper Rush.
南美和欧洲市场好。那国服国内的玩家现在都玩 PC 的都少了，很多人都玩手游去了。有时候手游嘛，其实对很多玩家来说，它主要游戏嘛，主要就是一个消磨时间的一个东西嘛，他也不用去追求什么技术啊这些东西，反正妈的碎片时间刷起来，对吧？抖音刷刷，游戏玩玩，手游玩玩，那日子也就过了呀。
这个抖音是
平时你妈读书上班也很累了，
黄哥，这个抖音是真不能刷。
哎呀，我就说
也
上班
VF 啊，这个不可能看到。
他妈的，这今天2个人就乱来了是吧？开始，你野我兵营，我野你 VF。
昨天不是你说的那些什么这种爽剧是吧？我在那个什么西瓜视频找到了一些，就一口气看完全部。哇靠！这个你妈太消耗时间了，黄哥。
我就问你，这些爽剧虽然妈的剧情也很蠢，他妈拍的也表演也很烂，拍的也不好，但是是不是他妈的把时间给你消耗掉了？
你说的没有错。你其实看这个就这种爽剧的原因，是因为我照我的原因，是因为我想看看有没有更傻逼的人会出来。他妈的，他永远可以突破你的下限。
是啊，我靠，2个人他妈的这感觉邦尼又被阴了呀！
被阴惨了好吗？这三个火车待会儿出来的时候，农民就串烧。
直接串傻一个。不是这个是这样的，就是现在这种爽剧，它你妈冲击的是电视剧的市场。它就是一个很粗制滥造的这种电视剧。
对，你说的没错。完了呀，
对吧？就是一个剧情也很粗糙，表演也很粗糙，但是它快呀。
对，
他拍一部他很快，
他一集大概就2、3分钟左右。
不是一集，我就说他整个一部剧，他的整个制作周期非常快，就快周转。
他还没看到，他看到。
然后还能赚到钱，就的确是有很多人去买来看。我还了解过这个东西，因为前段时间我跟另外一个，就是他们后来之前是做电竞啊这些，他们现在也在转型做这个。
哎，这完了！
没的呀，帮你他妈的放战术放不了，被 Q 反放战术是想退啊。
他这个是本来
门也没关，
门关的话还能打。
对。
不是现在的电视剧广告，我就这么说啊，现在电视剧我就基本上我就不看，
还不如看爽剧呢。
对啊，我就不看电视剧。首先那些电视剧拍的他妈的是个什么东西啊！你妈个鸡！我以前很喜欢看这种仙侠的，因为我比较喜欢看这个《仙剑奇侠传》。
现在拍的也
你妈的，现在拍的跟个爱情剧一样！我操，仙侠剧能够拍成爱情剧，这帮傻逼电视台不知道拍的什么东西！我靠！
不，因为你不是他们受众了。
那也可能也是。
所以你不看了，你不是他们的受众了。
那的确就不看了呀，就是。
不，因为孙哥不是他们的受众了呀。这个拍这个东西，拍这种现在的电视剧啊，这些风格，就是他拍给年轻人看的吧。那的确，他年轻人如果有市场，他就没有必要迎合你了嘛。哎，反正现在电视剧，我说老实话，就是制作真的不咋地。
How can I possibly slumber after witnessing such horror? Cure brought a massive
2-0，好快啊！今天这第一场。
他妈昨天太慢了，好吧？
全看脸。现在已经形成一个产业链了。就现在的这种东西就形成一个产业链了嘛，就是反正这种套路这种手法，他的确也市场也认，对吧？总有人买单。
Husky Woofer, warm up for the Psycho Serum in 2033. Hey, thank you very much for the love, mate. A lot of people cheering for Bunny. I like to see that support coming in. We all want to see Bunny do well here, guys. Let's give it a go, and I'm just hoping these players settle in and give us a slightly longer game. Are we missing someone? Crank.
你妈的，今天6点15分开始的，现在6点半，
已经2比0，15
分钟2比0。你妈，昨天第一场波5是打到了快8点钟，好吧？
Oh, there he is. Okay. There we go. Oh, Indy's here as well now. Welcome. All right, let's do it.
哎呀，反正没啥意思。我跟你说，这个就是你就等于是这样的嘛。你妈，你好好拍，你他妈拼了命的拍，你拼了命的搞，妈也是赚这点钱。那你瞎鸡巴拍，你随便搞，他妈也是赚这点钱，说不定赚的还多一点。
为什么呢？
就是风格不一样嘛，就是你真的好好去搞一部剧，对吧？你搞他妈搞你妈几年，妈拍的辛辛苦苦的，最后拍出来妈好像也就赚这点钱。那这个你妈瞎鸡巴拍，对吧？找点小鲜肉，找点这种他妈的搞，他妈赚的还多一点。那你想想还不如搞这个算了。
我告诉你，疯狂的石头真的很牛逼，这部片子，我告诉你们。妈个鸡的，我只能说，就算放到现在，它也是搞笑剧中的妈的就顶级片子，好吧？
对啊。
妈，里面这几个演员，我靠，妈每个都有东西，好吧？每个人都是有东西的。
真的好好搞就能拍好，有这个能力，其实是肯定有能力的，只是是不是有可能有很多有能力的人也不想好好搞。
Any quick Banshee build can also come out here, or like even the Cyclone Banshee sort of semi-mech opening, like a little battle mech opening. You don't have to follow it up with mech, but opening up with a few Cyclones and Banshees can be very cool.
胡歌为什么不拍？不知道呀，胡歌。
不知道呀，
这个真不知道。
有追求吧，有自己追求吧。谁知道呢？
Oh, okay, so they're both doing one Rax expand off gas first. Cool.
但我只看过胡歌一部剧，就是《仙剑》，没有别的。
那个呀，《琅琊榜》呀，
《琅琊榜》我没看，我没看，
我也没看。我也没看。
他2部吧，应该是2部，好像他演了2部。2部我都看了，1和3我都看了。
I think this evens out. Bunny's build order is a little more direct with the command center on location, but he does invest in an SCV scout, which loses him some minerals.
哦，他对，还有那个他演的那个胡八一我也看了。就胡歌还是这个演技还是在线的，有一说一。
That's very odd. The whole point of this build normally is to get a very quick factory.
琅琊榜，哎，
镜像开机。
琅琊榜当时就是汝意拍的嘛。有段时间阿奎他们还想做影视的时候，跟汝意的关系就特别好。那段时间他们就投了什么琅琊榜啊，什么芈月传啊，什么这些，就认识了不少影视圈的人。
最近好像那个
听过不少影视圈的故事。
那个沈腾好像也 也没怎么出来拍东西了，我还记得。
your senses, you know.
我最后看的一部就是什么我不是钥匙就没了。
赚了没？他拿别人也肯定是赚了的呀。阿奎在里面有没有特别搞太多？阿奎主要是想修影视城，后来也没有修了。后来影视这个行业往下走了嘛，就慢慢就撤了。那段时间之前影视是特别好。
那许峥啊，对，我错了，我记错了。徐峥也是个人才，我只能这么说。
阿奎被人忽悠了，没忽悠呀？阿奎你妈的盖房子专业的，你忽悠他，他不忽悠你都好了。他妈在盖房子这件事情上，你能把阿奎忽悠了？
盖房子的确忽悠不了他，好吧？
他妈盖房子这件事情，如果你能把阿奎忽悠了，就把阿奎他们忽悠了，那说明你在国内他妈的肯定还是有点东西的。
Just pushes it back. Doesn't actually kill anything though. Reaper's a pretty tanky unit compared to a Marine. It does have 60 hit points. Fourth gas on the way already for Bunny before third command center. Are these two? It feels like they both know the other player might just come and try to kill them. So they're playing very heavy.
直接卡个位置啊
Third command center for either side, even though it's almost 5 minutes. That depot will get picked off.
有没有被许老板欠工程款？他妈阿奎也是开发商，你妈的阿奎又不是包工头，你妈欠个锤子工程款。他妈的你在说什么东西啊？
哎，这位置好像能带到坦克啊。
Oh, Cyclone does get blasted, but with that single Viking advantage, that's going to force out some defensive scans.
哎，再往前加一步，刚才其实那个2矿的坦克就能加得到了。两淹死，一波了。
focusing on the mass Viking build, guys. We are seeing Sky Terran versus Sky Terran. It's so weird.
只有阿奎欠别人，没有，阿奎也不欠钱。
只有是这种这种扩张很快的那种才会。
对，阿奎连款都不带的，你妈的，你跟他聊，
他可能
阿奎都是靠自己钱造房子的。
10年可能做一个项目，妈个鸡！
哦，那也没有10年了，
没有10年，
几年做一个项目。
这他妈坦克在后面搞毛啊！
Great hold for Bunny. He did lose a siege tank on the ramp, so he's lost a tank, whereas Q hasn't lost any. But look, now it's time for Raven auto turret harass, and this does feel like a very good Bunny hold. He's not ready to go out of this series just yet. He's gonna get another auto turret in there. Units at the front. Now the problem here is the tanks have ramp control, so without a medevac, you can't move down there as long as Q has vision.
他就等于把这个路口卡死了。 然
后
你只要把这个就2矿这个坦克破了，那基本上来说的话，你这个路口就下不来。这2个坦克其实卡的位置有点精髓的。
昨天是公布了这个新的补丁啊，我不知道什么时候要上，我估计快了
，9月底吧，
应该不太会改了，它已经上那个测试服务器了。昨天更新了，就宣布了一个新的补丁的大改的一个补丁，我估计是在接受之前会上。
GSR 反正10月10号开嘛，那就肯定9月底啊。
Most importantly, Bunny gets ramp control back, which means he can move his forces down, he can gather them together, and he's reinforcing quicker. He's got matrices ready. The matrices go down.
这一波 Q 招中了，天宫地面都拼不过。
And definitely Bunny getting the better end of this fight. That early second starport did help him out. The siege tanks, the Ravens also giving him some value. He's going to land his Vikings on top. There ain't no way home here, mate. And that Viking barely survives. Very good trades there. Units lost tab way in favor, almost 2-1 in favor of Bunny. Remember, there is no third command center.
这波要被直接一波捅穿了呀！ 天空地面打不过的话，直接一波捅出来了。
But of course, this is a mass tank Viking battle. The auto turret blocking the siege tank. Bunny chasing him home.
这个没了，这样对架的。GG。
Bunny staying alive. Staying alive.
好了，3盘打完，这兄弟又可以放广告了。
哎呦，我外卖到了，我吃口饭了。
哎，你为什么今天吃外卖啊？啊，他居然今天吃外卖！哎，我刚才在刚才我来晚了，原因是我在给孙宁、孙万家做饭。孙宁今天点了一个爆炒腰花，孙万家要吃那个火腿炒冬瓜和这个西红柿丸子汤。所以我就晚了几分钟。那我他妈煮个汤不可能煮到一半他妈跑过来直播的呀！我靠，对不对嘛
？Yeah, it was a really good breakout, man. Really well done. I believe we've got Cure on red.
不，那个腰花主要给它稍微弄点那种辣的辣椒嘛，然后它吃起来很下饭的。对啊，火腿炒冬瓜呀，很好吃啊。西红柿丸子汤，对啊，没错啊。干嘛有什么问题啊？而且那个丸子是有讲究的，丸子里面要加那个，就不能全部都是瘦肉啊，要加点肥肉，然后还要加点山药，然后加个鸡蛋，这样的丸子汤煮出来的时候，这个丸子非常的嫩。
Three favorite units. It's funny because when we first designed this shirt, people weren't really complaining about banelings that much. So maybe we can update this shirt and do a new release with a baneling over here. And then
哎呀，反正
what do people complain about?
火腿怎么炒冬瓜？哎呀，这个很简单，火腿炒冬瓜。你先火腿，对吧？火腿先放一点点油，把火腿的油炒出来，然后下冬瓜。翻炒一下，然后加入料酒之后，然后再等它再炒一下，再加入点水，然后让它焖着就好了呀。这个很简单的呀。
Ghost remove it from the game, says, I believe. Is that Reyna? Who said that? I think that's Reyna. Also, Age of Empires is better than StarCraft.
用什么金华火腿？不，金华火腿，我说实话，虽然金华是浙江的火腿，但是我觉得还是宣威的火腿好吃，就云南的火腿好吃。
Should cost 25 supply from Cyril himself. I think that's my favorite that Cyril's complaining about the War Prism. So we've got only one of those. There is only one of those we're giving away, and we only have 2 mouse pads. So we got a couple of these bad boys signed. This is a good table length mouse pad. You can just put that underneath your keyboard, mouse, everything. It's Pigsty Festival number 4.
不是叛徒啊！你妈的是，哎，我都吃过，他妈这是事实，好吧？
Amaru, you've got Jadong, MC, Hero Marine, Solar, basically classic. Most of the players over at Gamers 8 recently have signed this, so bloody awesome mousepad, and you'll be one of only 2 people in the world who has this.
不，宣威火腿你们说太咸，有一个原因，你们不会买。我跟你们说，你们不要买这种老腿，这种2、3年的这种老的火腿，它就本身就很咸。因为火腿，如果你要保存时间长的话，你就是要弄得很咸的才行。所以你要买新腿，兄弟，就1年左右的新腿，这样的话咸度是刚好的。新腿比老腿好吃，老腿呢可以生吃而已，只是说。但他妈的，我们中国人，妈的生吃火腿这件事情，我反正我没怎么吃过。
The Widowmine, the Dark Templar, and the Mutalisk. 3 favorite units. It's funny because when we first designed this shirt, people weren't really complaining about banelings that much. So maybe we can update this shirt and do a new release with a baneling over here, and then I guess people don't complain about Dark Temple. What do people complain about from Protoss? I don't know, a shield battery or something. We've got to update this to whatever.
对啊，老的火腿是要炖汤的，你炒着吃不行的。
Anyways, we've got Protoss AP Wardy, we've got Zerg Never Loses, Big Gabe, Turtle Terran Sunks, Loco.
哎呀，这东西我还是有点研究的，好吧？
Alright. What's up, everybody? How are we doing, gang? Thank you for the defense there. I do like it when I
买一个火腿能存放多久啊？你买了之后，然后自己切完之后，对吧？放到冰箱里面。就你切的时候，就你尽量不要把那个它那个火腿上的那个上面的那个什么，那个叫什么来着？就那个霉，就有点脏的这种霉啊什么的，你不要弄掉。然后你放在冰柜里面，就冰柜里面冰着。要出来要吃的话，就拿出来点，然后化掉，这样的话能吃很久，很稳，好吧？冰冻。
Oh yeah, we have. I don't think.
After this series is done.
Did we do them all for yesterday as well? We did do all of them yesterday. I feel like there was maybe one at the end of yesterday after we did the bacon slap that maybe came through, but. So Dot's going to be slapping me with some bacon.
冰柜不是全部的，不会，哎呀，不会。
$25 one that came through. Just give me a shot of that already. Basically, I put my health, safety, and my dignity on the line. Let's be real. And the joke's on you idiots that keep supporting my tournaments because
还有
you're like,
我还很喜欢吃你妈的土豆片火腿炒土豆片，这个也很好吃。哎，他怎么又你妈的又接回来了？
That's a great deal. And then I'm like, oh wait, you guys don't realize I sold all my dignity years ago. I have no.
你妈的比赛开始了，别你妈吹了。
Valueless stocks at this point. There's you. You lost your dignity during the first half. Exactly. Yet people are still buying and not realizing. That's right, guys. I'm the Logan Paul of StarCraft. Thank you, FK Tournament, with a $5 tipperino. Gets yourself a raffle ticket in for the shirt and everything else, and does support the tournament. Thank you so
2比1啊
Really appreciate the legendary support.
这把两边应该不太会放战术了。
Let's go.
Q 最近 TVG 好像按照鹌鹑这个说法是最近 Q 有点打不过他啊？这什么东西啊 ？B 什么东西啊？
he misclicked. That's meant to be a barrier.
我看错了吗？这不应该兵营吗
？Q is trying to do a hidden second barrack.
这你把他退了。
趁 the engineering bay and made the barracks. Oh my god, he was accidentally building an eBay. What a disaster. At least he realized, but guys, I really feel like we've got a series on our hands now. You know, it was in danger of being a quick kind of one-sided 3-0. Bunny fought back. He's now scouting.
我只能说这个比赛选手打得太放松了。
But you need to click on the gas and realize by how little is mined that the gas was late. Very few players bother doing this because this is a pretty rare build, and Kura doesn't even give him that chance. Kura just walls him out. It's like, nope. And as far as Bunny knows, this looks like there's just a factory up here. Of course, there's a second barracks that should have already started a Reaper, but it is a bit delayed. We'll see if Kura can still find some damage. A lot of the times, pro players will actually build the engineering bay because it's cheaper than the barracks. So when they're at like 125 mils, they
两兵死神啊，看一下，应该是打不到东西啊，这帮你。
And then they click build barracks and click it down. That might be part of
它是速气矿的开局，这样的话 VF 非常的早。
Right next to each other. Not 100% sure how that happened, but a bit of a mistake for him. Now Bunny is checking everywhere.
这个位置是有点精髓啊，就看不到。
Bunny fans are absolutely
第一个死神
they are moulding. That is unfortunate scouting pattern for him.
啊，两死神，这完全绕过了邦尼的这个侦查的视野。
Quickly pulling home now. He's already lost the SCV on the natural. Good Reaper grenade.
哎，被
Oh,
贴上了。
God, he's already taken 2 volleys. He's got to be careful. He needs to pull that Reaper back. If he loses this Reaper, he's screwed. But with a Hellion about to come out, this is about to turn into a trap for Q. If he
火车马上出来了，其实没什么好搞了，差不多了。
哎，
哎，我靠，没死。待会儿就4个死神啊，这个2矿。 其实问题也不大，只要你有2到3个火车，就基本上没有问题。哎，但这一波没有2到3个火车，也挡住了，挡住了。血亏啊，这波血亏。
Maybe if Kura had like 1 extra Reaper out there, that could have spiraled, but the delayed barracks
退了呀，死神。
momentum of the position.
他这样走，这样走。
Chase after that Reaper, but I think it can get out of there if it does a nice little grenade in front of it. Chuck a grenade at your feet, disappear. You know, like the wizard in the puff of smoke. Let's get out of there. He's got Alien and Reaper try to defend him. Not the best Reaper grenade. And got to be careful. Bunny with some great value pickups. Command centers on the way.
这一波交换下来 ，Q 肯定是有点亏的。
3 aliens and a few reapers, he gets another kill. Q has got to put it back in his pants. He's got to holster it.
还要压3火车2死神，虽然血量不是很多，但是他还输出还是够的。妈的 ，Q 感觉遭中了呀 ，Q。他这个只能等导弹车出来之后才能够守住这个2矿。这个2矿，我感觉可能要退啊，他可能要对2个火车先去搞事儿，去搞点事儿，对，不让你去打2矿，拖到导弹车出来就行了。也行也行也行，守住了。
Marines in the Cyclone gonna take that barracks out with the Cyclone lock on. That sets on fire at 333 hit points.
前期死神这块投入了太多的一个资源了。
Looks like a second star.
又是2 vs。
Has the meta shifted? I haven't been.
他又是这种一波的战术。
But Clem beat Maru on Neo Human.
占了优势，就2 vs 之间。这把我可以大胆下判断了。
Trying to get to lots of barracks and.
Q 应该输了这把。当 Q 第3个基地点下去的时候，这把就很难打了。
Now for a second game in a row, Bunny's like, I'm going to do it again. And it's good on these short maps as well, because your push gets across there very fast. Cure, on the other hand, I mean, he's had a little bit of a rough start, right? He's lost more units and that sort of stuff. I wouldn't say he's like dead in the water, but he's down 7 workers. He's down in army supply. And that tank Viking push, it hits like a brick. Does need to make sure he keeps up his tank production. Beautiful starts at the moment he gets the game.
现在就是坦克不停，然后围巾不停。
Remember on that last map, the reason it's so strong is you could siege the tanks there, and they cut off the ramp, so your opponent couldn't move between their bases. You don't have that on this map. On this map, you have to.
这个围巾数量待会儿会让 Q 可能会很不适应啊，因为实在太多了，这围巾数量。
That reactor is also quite exposed. Scan goes down.
好了，雷达撒过。这位置炸开，等打到双倍。
The Vikings here. Ooh, and if you can camp your Vikings above the starport and kill their Vikings, if they pop, that's great. Q is trying to get the Cyclone lock on in range. He could try to time it.
啊，他直接包吗
？Just as the tanks fire on one of the buildings. It's a good way to lose your Cyclone though. It's a very good way to lose your Cyclone, like 6 times out of 10. Very hard to pull off. Oh, this is a great little setup. Bunny realizes it though. He scans. He's like, yeah, not having any of that. Starport has lost its reactor, guys. And that's going to have to start getting repaired now. Maybe worth just lifting it up. He doesn't want to give up any.
包肯定是不行的，这个包。
He's already so far behind Vikings 1 vs 6.
好，他上了，他要锁，他要锁。看到3个坦克这样架开，他觉得不对，不能锁。那别人在干你了，还搞完了，反应慢了一拍 ，Q 2个坦克全吃，正面没了，正面。结束了，结束了，结束了。就1个坦克了。解放者也来了。你退我坦克再往前走一步，最后这个Q 的还有两把锁，这个渡鸦，他最后要拼一枪，他肯定要最后拼一枪，这个位置，妈的不行，这个位置绝对不能让你这样架，我还要往前架。哇，还有个解放，没了没了。哎呀，被锁定了，完了，满能量渡鸦被秒。
It does feel like right now he's cornered. He's in a very bad spot. The Marines are doing a little bit of damage. The Vikings don't want to go too far forward. I like how Bunny is not overextending. He's like, yeah, just stay in a conservative position. He's taking damage. The pressure is on him. He has to do something about this. And
Q 是真的能忍，我只能说他妈真的是个忍者，这种还不冲一波基地，你妈个鸡，这种还不冲一波基地，我他妈真的服了。
No matter what, and the thing is, it's fair. It's a tournament. You want to always look for that mistake, but Bunny is being so methodical. He's giving him.
好了，你冲我就下来呀，干嘛了？这你们说的呀，这个局面，他只要你第2个就帮你第2个 VS 一放下就知道输赢了呀。
Ooh. GG. Guys, we got a game 5 yesterday in our first series of the tournament, and then we got a game 7 in our first series today. Also looking quite promising, is it not? Are you not entertained? I know from talking to Twitch chat over the years, guys, I do think a lot of you are a little bit like Joaquin Phoenix, you know, as the petulant Roman emperor. I know you're not that entertained, even though you should be. Sometimes you're like, it's okay, I guess. Still TVT. That's alright, guys. We'll win you over. We've got Rainer waiting in the wings, already shit-talking these players in chat. He says, I have a build. He's already planning his
你不要管，反正你妈的就土豆。
He's telling these guys,
今天晚上应该有猛兽派对吧？应该有。我问一下。
Pig put me an F tier on his tier list.
应该有。
Still upset about
应该有。
And I'm gonna make him pay.
哎，不要急，等我们比赛播完，好吧？不着急。
Rainer is keen to redeem himself. The question is, will we see Zerg or Protoss?
急什么？
God forbid the most hype move would be him playing Terran. I do think that would be absolute insanity with his relative inexperience with Terran, but that would be absolutely the most hype thing. Rainer running around with battle cruisers would be sick. I don't think it's gonna happen, but Rainer comes out, plays Solar, goes 3-port battle cruiser, and bloody wins. Like, I think that's a really good series because Solar has been a bit of a Serral Slayer recently, so that'll be really interesting. What tier?
玩个2比2了。
B tier, which was actually very
啊！
was it
他妈的还能这样翻？
put him in
你
low
说的没
A.
有错。
Chat was arguing for high B. I put him in low A tier. Rainer made a good argument, so I upgraded him by 2 tiers. So he went S tier and then
妈的，吃了个外卖。
rotating system. So he made such a good argument for himself.
外卖好吃吗？
Promotion, which
好
unfortunately
吃的呀。
did result
我老婆他们出去了。
in him getting put in F tier. So Rainer's got to redeem himself today. We haven't finalized the tier list yet. So we'll see how we go. Alright.
竟然能打成2比2，也是奇葩。
He may be a cute and cuddly name, but remember, he's much
出
more
去很
akin
正常的。
to the bunny rabbit from Monty Python and the
没有，我儿子马上过2岁生日了嘛， 带他出去玩去了。
不是，
我要直播我也去不了。
马上过2岁生日，跟大家出去玩没关系吧？要么就是
出去去苏州那边玩去了。
啊。
Changed colors. He's changing flavors. Sorry. Single gas opening for Cure. So it looks like he's doing a pretty classic 1-Rax expand. Kind of conservative for him. And Bunny is known as a highly aggressive player. Now, who here thinks Bunny should still go for the 2-star port tank Viking player? I think that would be a horrendous mistake. I don't think if your opponent knows it's coming, if you're not like already ahead like he was in that last game, they know it's coming, I think it's a really bad idea to do it 3 times in a row. Someone out there maybe is making an argument that's just a better way to play TMT. It's safer, it's stronger. Go for 2-star ports, get the Viking advantage and win with those siege tanks in the early mid game before Stim kicks in and that sort of stuff. Sure. I'd love to hear the argument. I disagree heavily. I think Q will be quite prepared for such maneuvers, especially.
我现在都
去没去过自贡啊？没有，他没去过，太小了。
I think we're going to see tanks, a single cyclone into tank production. We're going to see 2 to 3 ravens. I think Q is just going to be like rock solid in this scenario. Probably 2 ravens into Viking production, so he doesn't expose himself too much to those Viking pushes. And Bunny hasn't scouted.
太小了呀！
可以坐飞机的呀，2岁怎么不能坐飞机？可以坐的呀。
太小了，再大一点再去。
哎呀，其实我跟你说，其实跟小孩小大小没关系，主要是他妈你老婆他妈不能吃辣，我跟你说。对不对嘛？你再搞定你老婆，你妈的小孩也就去了。
他的确不能吃辣。
妈的，跟你说了呀。 妈的，搞个这种辣椒粉，我靠，往他嘴巴里面一倒，妈多吃就习惯，他现在就不吃，好吧？
哼。
He's got a bunker up as well. Behind this, a 3rd Reaper and a Hellion building. Not only the best first one Rex expand, unless you can run past the.
辣这个东西真的是多吃就习
To
惯
be
了。
fair, if my games are anything to go by, that happens every time I try to one Rex expand. Did we just see a barracks try to build a reactor here? Whose barracks was that? I think that was Q's. I'm not sure. Both players are building a reactor on the barracks. That was very odd.
上海人是不能吃辣的，这个倒是真的。
Immediately cancelled it. Reaper Hellion is coming out. Reactor tech lab on the factory. So Bunny, no third gas.
苏国家可以吃辣的呀，
be going for that third gas already.
他还跟他哥比，谁能吃辣椒就吃辣，谁牛逼呢？我靠，在云南的时候。
Trying to get in good SCV pulled by Cure, but he doesn't have a wall off.
那孙宁吃得过他吗？
吃得过。
Take out one of the Hellions and good micro by Bunny.
搞了个那个什么这种炒菜这种二荆条，你知道吗？什么叫二荆条？你知道吗？
啊。
然后那一人拿了一个，然后边那边哭边吃，吃一口哭一下，吃一口哭一下。
用得着那么搞笑吗？
这点嘛，他跟他哥比谁厉害吗？是这样的。不是我强迫我毛，他妈他自己要跟他哥比的。大家不要吃了，他不行。And you can see this SCV is already being tasked with it. He's just waiting for 400 minerals, and bam, starts it up right there. 4 minutes 30. 所以你现在，就他的口味就是菜里面一定要放点辣椒，他才觉得好吃。他不放辣椒，他觉得没什么味道。
那不是已经快超越你了？
那倒没有。
Slightly faster third command center for Bunny. He's got a little bit of a faster fourth gas, but no one's built their second and third barracks yet. No one's got their engineering base. There's no like advantage on the infrastructure or the production. Normally, big advantages in TVT manifest when you're like, oh, this player has stim and 2 reacted barracks up like a minute faster. They're gonna have 10, 12 extra marines out with stim when the other guy doesn't have any marines with stim. That can be game changing. Reaper runs in, does die. He spots the third command center. Depot does get taken out. Nice harassment by.
但没有太多机会啊，这把两边其实都打得很求稳，没有人用两 VS 的套路。
And says I'll skip a cycle of production to get these barracks started. So he starts his second and third barracks. He's trying to make that transition. Whereas Bunny's like tanks, Vikings, tanks, Vikings. I will not leave myself open. I will just keep making units, and I'll be the one to actually look for good fights. If Cure can defend without any bad engagements for the next 2 minutes, his stim will kick in, his marine count will kick in, he will be in the advantage. But right now, Bunny is building more army than him, he's committing more to a forward position. And we'll see what he can find with it. Q has been pretty blind in the follow-up. He doesn't know about this third command center. This marine coming in, the command center will float into view in a moment.
我儿子
Single siege tank comes in.
好像不太喜欢，
他喜欢吃什么？
不是不太喜欢，就没怎么给他吃这些东西。
吃辣要从小培养起来。
他现在还没吃过辣椒。
他不想
他每天他妈都在念叨。
让他吃啊！我靠！
他想吃呀。他每天都在念叨呀。
妈的，给他西瓜里面涂点芥末。
这他每天都在念叨要吃辣，但是他说现在吃不了。不是，他说他吃不了，因为年纪他说他太小了，他要长大了才能吃。他说他要长了胡子才能吃，是你妈。
That being said, Bunny's focus on the aggression does mean he cops a bit of a supply block on 101 supply. See if Gary and Bruce keep their depot building.
这个招数是以前你妈个是最早的时候有一次 CEG 在绍兴办的一次 CEG， 大概什么时候？我想想，大概08年、07年、07、08年，绍兴办的 CEG。当时你妈的我弟弟也去的，然后绍兴 CEG 旁边有一家自助餐，然后我带他去吃自助餐，然后就把他搞了点芥末，然后放在西瓜2片西瓜中间，他吃完
那他不是人遭中了？
遭中的一逼，我告诉你。 吃完，他直接把西瓜吐了，然后跟我妈就告状说西瓜是辣的，然后被我妈又骂了一顿，说什么西瓜怎么可能是辣的？然后我就装了2片夹在中间嘛，然后这2片他不是吃了之后扔了嘛，然后我再拿了1片给我妈吃，然后他又被我妈妈告诉他不准浪费东西。然后之后他回来再也没吃过西瓜。
是你弟弟啊？
对的。
他现在吃不吃吗？他
现在也不太吃。
我靠，你他妈真不是人
Kura, if he starts his 2-2 in the near future, and he does start +2 pretty much immediately, he will get ahead at least on that upgrade. Tank count, dead even. A bit of a marine advantage for Kura, of course, from those earlier barracks that he built up. And both sides are now...
不过我觉得我儿子妈的记忆力还可以。现在竟然可以背几首诗了。
可以啊。会不会唱？
可以背了个什么鹅，虚景向天歌。
会不会唱孤勇者？
不会。
说明听的还不够多。
这
听的够多就会了，好吧
？Pure marine tank, all you really want in this scenario. Now the armory was late, but he does start 2-2. About, what is that, 40 seconds? 45 seconds behind on the 2-2 upgrades. Vehicle weapons starting for Bunny as well. Cure has not started vehicle weapons. +2 vehicle weapons, very important for blowing.
真的会，还会什么锄禾日当午，还会什么床前明月光，这3首都会。
可以啊。
Cyclone does get picked off. Marines going up to the top side of the map. Marine does get picked off there as well. Getting these couple of Marines is not really important as Cure. It's more about removing the map vision. That command center is a bit exposed. Bunny's coming over here. Plenty of units. Should be a pretty easy defense. And I like that the moment he has like 1 or 2 tank siege, Bunny's just like, yeah, it's fine. Starts making the planetary.
我儿子几岁？马上2岁了。
Cure does scan it though. Q's moving down the left side of the map. He's getting ready for a big push. There's only 1 tank left there.
看这个推进了，2线在搞。帮你去防了。
I feel like Cure is catching him out of position with this siege tank army on the left. He's going to get a great siege angle. I don't know if you can.
这个位置架到其实就很难受，强硬打了。
Oh, Bunny just dives. There's not enough support for the tanks for Cure.
全吃了呀，给 Cure。
全吃了。这位置不能架住，架住就很难受了，帮你。
Cure 打个双线，好像也没拆到基地。
有坦克，他不敢上。
Damage on the other side. Couple of SCVs go down. Nothing too crazy. Nothing to write home about. But he's going to go for the siege tank that repositions and the sensor tower. Get in, get the vibe.
3岁以前有记忆力，不是我也不知道啊。他这个肯定就是平时你教了嘛，他就会了呀。他还会背他妈的电话号码。你问他妈电话号码是多少，他也背得出来。
可以啊。
现在开始准备让他背我的。
Marines are the fastest unit. I can always just stim and run away. And oh, he catches a bunch of medevacs and Marines on the left. Bunny getting outplayed right now. His 2-2 finally finishing, but he just lost a ton of Marines. He's at only 19 Marines right now. And he's going to go for the drop in the main. Cure is all over this game. The turrets will slowly damage these medevacs. But how much, man? Marines trying to stim back up here to help out. The Ravens, the Libs trying to help out as well. Auto turrets.
这几波其实打的帮你很难受啊。好，解放者出来慢慢架。
Cure not watching right now. He will lose a couple of siege tanks there. Very well done. 1 tank goes down. Make it 2 as well.
当你还是守住了呀，
守住是没问题啊。就是各种在2线拉。
But he's down on workers now. He's lost a bit of map control. And Q has got a massive advantage on those 3-3. Well underway. He's up over a minute on those upgrades. And no 3-3 in sight for Bunny. Bunny's just hanging on right now. And I feel like he is running around with his whole army in one big clump. I feel like it might be time to play this a bit more like Maru.
好了，反扑了，帮你这波还是很厚的。
Basically speaks to a player who wants to grab a big army, catch you out of position, and jump on top of you and choke you out. That is not necessarily the best way. It can work. We'll see what happens though. Cure cuts in from behind.
架好。
哎呦，这里架住能打到基地啊！
我靠 ，Cure 失误好大，这个地方机枪全送。
换家，你这点兵
换
家
但是就被点了一船。
哎，还有2，哎被。
好了，解放者往前架了呀。
兵太少，兵太少。
But the double engineering bay goes down. Luckily, Bunny was not even making 3-3, so he doesn't really lose anything there. Hopefully he realizes it happened and does rebuild those eBays though, because the longer this game goes, the more he's going to need it. SCV's trying to pull on top of these Marines. Unfortunately, the tank did
not. 没了呀，这么大。
But the Marines drop for Bunny as well, and he will clean it up nicely done.
帮你已经处理掉。
Handling the chaos very well. I criticized him grabbing his whole army and making a play. When you've got the Viking lib advantage, you have the better front-on army, and it pays off. The 3-3 is about to kick in. Marines are going to have an upgrade advantage. Who cares, though? If you're fighting tank versus tank, Marine upgrades don't really matter. Kua needs to find small skirmishes. He needs to find Marine versus Marine battles. But tanks versus tanks, the 3-3 is not going to help him. So I love the way Bunny's pushing it this timing. Yeah, he's way
已经处理掉他所有的部队了呀，随便往前推了。
Having denied the third and forced Kua to migrate to the bottom left side, Kua's economy is not great either.
可是坦克没护到解放者。哎，不过解放者还在，还有一个就行。
他主要有吃空，
但这个架的有点，有点太随意了，这个架子。
这时候
这个比赛是单逃的，跟兄弟们说，
投上去啊！我靠，
单逃的，输了人就没了，直接单逃。他们的胜者将会去打下一场比赛的胜者，就是下一场比赛胜者是雷诺和索拉，一场 ZVZ。Zero 昨天也是经过2场啊，一场3-0 Trigger， 一场4-3 Clam， 是成功晋级到了4强。
But they don't have any support. The Marines could either drop on top or dive right through. Bunny has no idea right now. He does not. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. Bunny needs to pull back right now. He's trying to move forward with his tanks.
直接换家，但这边有坦克啊，换不动。哇靠！
哇靠，这2炮
，2攻坦克炸机枪是有点吓人。哎，我在想一个问题。
攻一防啊！
我在想一个问题，这个 PIG 的这个比赛他妈打一半，比如说打到后天更新了怎么办？
那按照更新的打呀，他就这个线上赛搞得跟真的一样。
我说呀，就是他妈的更新的怎么办？那是不是所有选手也懵逼了？
有什么懵逼的？我靠，这没办法的呀。
Vikings on all sides. Oh, you thought you got away in those medevacs? The Vikings are like, yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. They come down, start forcing those medevacs to run away. Kura, he needs to force a giant marine surround battle, but he's not able to get it.
多塔尔选手早就习惯了打一半更新是吧？
The Marines are a little bit far back. As they come forward, they take a good fight versus the enemy Marines, but he's already lost all of his siege tanks, and that is all Bunny needed in that scenario. That was a beautiful engagement.
不，其实你们没有遇到过我遇到过的最牛逼的时候。我遇到过WCG 中国区总决赛打一半，你妈的第一天打完，第二天游戏更新的。好像 DNF 还是什么，我忘记了。他妈，我当时都惊呆了。
有没有这种打比赛第一天妈打完，第二天妈的游戏服务器妈的游戏停那个停服了？有没有这种？
啊，那没有。我就打第一天打完，第二天游戏更新的，然后所有人都呆住了。但是都是按那个，就你更新的就按更新的打，反正就那么回事了。妈，选手自己想办法。他们一般都晚上更新的呀，不是？
哇靠！
这冲不动呀，2斤坦克他拿头冲啊！
完了，
好，帮你杀进下一场，
下一轮了，
淘汰掉科尔。科尔也是1轮的，来帮你要去对阵的就是下一场雷诺和索拉的胜者。
对 TVZ 的。
他们这边已经筹到3000美金以上了。
哪边看得到筹到3000美金？
不，左边不是写的吗？什么69筹上3000，他就把这个事情做了嘛？就他不是筹上3750，他要干个什么事儿嘛，对吧？
guys, we're gonna try and get an interview set up. Do we have comments for him to read, by the way? Meeting comments for Bunny? I'm gonna stop the recording.
什么？今年 TI 预选赛 IG 第一场用 TB bug 赢了，第二场就用不了，更新了。
这你妈！
他们还能这样的吗？哎，今天那个蓝胖的 bug 修复没有啊？蓝胖的点金 bug 有没有修复啊？我还没用过呢。啊，兄弟们，修复了吗？点金 bug。Yeah,
Rain is allowed to switch races. We told Solo that, right? I mean, I think he assumes it, but yeah.
修了是吧？已经。早修了，不是今天的点金 bug 呀，不是以前那个三点金啊，就今天不是又发现那个 bug 吗？点金加速那个 bug。
Alright, guys, we're just gonna get the interview set up quickly.
新的 bug 不是你们说的3个点金可以同时转的那个，不是那个新的 bug。还没修是吧？那这不得好好用一把蓝胖。
新的 bug， 他妈哪来那么多 bug 嘛？
哎，他就把那个蓝胖那个点金，你把它放到下面3个格子，你知道吗？就下面3个格子，不是你不是上面有6个格子吗？下面还有3个备用的，你把这个点金放下去，再放上来，它就会加速，就转得很快。然后它转了一会儿，它又会转慢，然后你再把它放下去，又放上来，他妈又转得很快，他妈就点金嗷快。
The way I do it, like, because I just feel like if you're like doing it to like shock them, like they don't even realize until the countdown's happening or something. That's a bit dirty. So don't get me wrong, you almost always have a disadvantage, but we don't want to win players to win by basically just being like, oh, you didn't even know my race kind of thing, right? Unless they're playing random, in which case they're taking a massive disadvantage.
Yeah, that's really good.
啊，已经修了是吧？DOTA 尔知名选手在游戏中公然使用 bug， 这你妈！我也是看论坛说的呀。再说我还没用过呢，啊，这他妈一盘蓝胖都没打过，你们污不了我任何清白，好吧？
你又不是 DOTA 尔选手，他妈个鸡你用了又怎么样呢？
是呀，他妈的，威慑的说法，他妈的都是机制。我跟你说，你们污不了我任何清白。因为我一盘蓝胖子，我天天都在打术士。
Okay, yeah, we can hear you good.
Hello.
Oh, hello. 안녕하세요.
Hello.
还做一些采访了。
Okay, Crank. Okay, awesome.
哎，我跟你们说，这个我已经传奇2了，马上要传奇3了，我已经3300多分了。
有啊，
我一直赢。我最近打了个10-1，
万古指日可待，好吧。
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Did you feel like a bit upset after you had to?
你们打问号没有用，我马上传奇3了。
김도 선수가 좀 늦었는데 기다려줬는데 갑자기 첫 판부터 이제 날 빌어서 기분이 좀 안 좋으셨는지.
东南亚没打东南亚，打国服呀。我打的国服，没打东南亚。哎呀，国服跟东南亚一样的，没啥区别，都是些菜狗子。你想想是不是嘛？这个传奇段位，他们换到星际就钻石，有啥区别吗？钻石，你说韩服、国服、美服、欧服的钻石有啥区别吗？没有任何区别。
Awesome. It was interesting to see the
是不是那么回事嘛？
the two starport Viking build.
你就算打到这个万古了，那也就是个水师， 那其实也没有任何区别。
强啊，黄哥！
전차 러시를 굉장히 많이 봤는데 이게 최근 뭐 메타의 흐름인 건지 아니면은 오늘 그냥 김도욱과 이재선 매치의 특성인 건지 혹시 말씀해 주실 수 있을까요?
요즘 좀 많이 나오기도 하는데 도욱이 형이랑 평소에 연습을 좀 많이 했는데 도욱이 형한테
我为什么跑到东南亚去上传奇？高估国服啦！
So the strategy is actually
我上了传奇之后又回到国服，也是嗷嗷乱杀，
I practiced with
高估国服了。
and then I
回国服发现你妈也是全菜狗子，
I used him
随便打。上万股没有实力，我跟你说，上万股基本上还是 DOTA 就没有入门，
那黄哥
就都没入门
黄哥
的。
什么时候上万股呢？
你上个超凡，可能 DOTA 算刚刚入门，
黄哥
对吧？上个冠绝，那可以说会打 DOTA 了。
黄哥，你什么时候上？
这万股的你妈的万股跟传奇的 DOTA 门都没入
不，，你什么时候上万股呢？
这瞎
黄哥
瞎鸡巴打啊！
什么时候上万股啊？
마지막 세트가 이제
上万股嘛，快了呀！
해병
不是
전차만
你大概预估
선수는 이제 바이킹이랑 이제
预
다른
估啊
유닛을 좀 조합하는 플레이를
我估
했는데
计
이재현 선수는 어떤
12月前吧。
더 좋다고 생각을 하는 건지
强啊，黄哥啊！
차이는 없지만 그냥 선수 스타일 차이인 건지 한번 말씀해 주십시오.
上传，我他妈的，我上不上传奇跟你们什么关系？我操，我上不了传奇，我没有实力不行呐、
최근에 플랜대
真的是。
청주 경기 마루 경기 보는데 아직도
黄哥妈的不会是老刀头啊！我靠，有厚重啊！
하면은 좋을 것 같아가지고 감감하기 위주로 했어요.
哪年事？今年12月啊！
깜깜하기가
万股嘛打打就上去了呀。
전차 모농보다
按我现在这个趋势，
근데
他妈的每天他妈5-0的赢，对不对？每天一个段位，他妈说不定下个星期就上万股了。他妈，哎，这个术士这个英雄他妈就输不了，太鸡巴赖了，这个英雄
in February, but
真的输不了。今天我们他妈还掉了一个人，最后打团都打赢了，打完了那兄弟回来了，回来说怎么赢的？
Maru handled the mass raven
他妈打到70几分钟，那兄弟他妈的掉线了，我们的 PA 掉线了，2把圣剑他掉线了，
more, and then I feel
当时我们都惊呆了，怎么办？
to play
然后这个时候我们他妈按暂停，老子发微博全网找他，找不到。
than just Martin tank.
然后暂停了5分钟，我们跟对面聊天聊得开开心心的，聊了5分钟，实在没办法了，最后开了，然后术士我又把2个大砸了，砸完2个大，然后这个巨变一开，我就去控 PA 去乱砍，砍着砍着砍翻盘了，把对面全砍死了，砍死完了，然后那兄弟回来了，说哎怎么赢了，然后顺势一波就翻盘了。
We're playing the winner of Rainer versus Solar. Do we prefer playing one player or the other?
이제 다음
太他妈搞了，今天打的，
강민
打了70几分钟，他2把圣剑。
선호하는 선수가 있을까요?
레이너 선수랑 더 하는 게 편할 것 같고 레이너가 이겼으면 좋겠어요.
I feel more comfortable. to
哎，
play
反正我就跟你说，术士这个英雄真的太赖了。
Rainer will
不，
win
黄哥
against
是你
Solar.
打得好，跟术士英雄赖不赖没关系。
我就是这个英雄赖，我就跟你们说，这个英雄赖的简直真的，我已经不说了，这个绝逼是个上分利器。
Thank you, Consomnida.
Thank you.
孙哥，你就学一手术士，稳上分。
我不要，我又不要上分，我要上分干嘛嘛？妈
这个游戏，我就跟你说，你再大的劣势，你打术士，你再大的劣势，你只要最后熬出你妈刷新难仗，你就他妈2个大，一个连接一个大，再一个连接，再一个大，然后你就开始放那个巨变，放完了，如果对方把你砍死了，你就再爆一个石头人，5个石头人跟别人打，就那么回事了。我说对面头皮发麻。
强啊，黄哥！
Very quickly. I gotta hop over to the NA server really quickly. Make sure I think Rainer's the highest seed. Actually, I don't know who's the highest seed. He is? Okay. Oh yeah, the game is 8 victory, as well as the home story cup. Surely has his rating peaked right now, or not peaked, but very high. You know that A tier Rainer, pretty good player. Not quite S tier, but we'll see how he does.
打比赛不行，就是我是说我们这种传奇分段，用术士随便打，你打比赛肯定是不行的。打比赛跟我们玩的就不是一个游戏。
Rainer, heads or tails? Heads or tails? Let us know. We've got the Australian 50-cent piece, guys. We got Lizzie on one side, 1978. Lizzie, rest in peace. We got the emu,
王哥
kangaroo, and a
我
shield.
们就靠你了，
干嘛？
She was a great one.
上万股。
Is that the map hacker, Rainer? Yeah, he's a map hacker. 100%. Give us heads. He says heads. Let's go.
我你妈今天做梦还梦到自己会瞬间移动，我靠，爽的一逼，王哥，真的爽的一逼。
我昨天还做梦，妈的，我跟你还有法人，我们去打怪，他妈打到一半，你他妈当老六跑了，老子跟法人浴血奋战。
然后呢？
然后我就醒了，我靠。
A or B also picked by Rainer.
哇，有瞬间移动真的爽。
Obviously it's A B A B C A B A B A. So basically this usually just means he gets his map first. It's still
想要去哪里，不是什么他妈的孙悟空那种找到气，就是你想要去哪里，你脑海里只要妈的有这个想法，你就直接你妈的下一步你就可以直接传到那个地方去。
Oh yeah, play some bunny alerts while they get the vetoes done.
Alright. Let's play some bunny alerts so you guys can see. Here's one, the love heart. And then here's another.
Oh, that's just him smiling. That's just laughing. I like it.
I thought it was, nice, so I'll put it up. Here's the other love heart thingy.
That's a love heart?
This thing.
Oh, that's like the little love cross or something? Okay, that's something the kids do, I guess? I don't know.
卡卡罗特那个是你要知道他那个气。我昨天晚上梦到那个是我要差不多知道那个地方的场景我才能，就我要去过，然后我记住这个地方大概什么样的，然后我想瞬移的时候脑海里他妈的想这个地方，然后我就能去了。没去过的地方我是移不到的，就还是有个规则的，不是说你把你哪里都能去移。
We're all done. Those are obviously all just example tips there. Big thank you, Village, to the 2 gifted subs. Palkin to Kanji with his 6 months. Big thanks.
这些论坛的狗屁。
怎么了，黄哥？
他们让我开个节目，带下一可上传奇。妈的，只要下一刻来，我就带他，好吧？
下一刻。
实在不行，我把号借给他，让他体验一下也没有问题。
下一刻，你妈的！哎呦，我没想到他也有今天呀！我靠，下一刻！
你妈的，前段时间要借号给我，我气死我了！你妈跑过来说借他的号打上传奇也算传奇，你妈拉个鸡的
！But we've got to slap me in the face with bacon. So just letting the players know. Otherwise, like, go, 1A. Which I love.
Eh, ya他妈太搞了。
Solar did already start the 1A spam, and now Rainer is continuing it, guys. 1A.
Can you bring up the screen box?
哎，下一刻啊，下一刻。
Guys, so we have jalapeno pickle juice, by the way. That's what the pickle juice is. So it's got jalapeno seeds, and it's very spicy. So this is for the $20 donos. Someone did a 25. We're gonna give you Husky Woofer and Manakino. Here we go. We've got a shot of pickle juice. I've got my glasses off because my wife's about to slap me in the face with bacon. Let's go. This is all to give more prize money for nerds like you, Rainer. I can see your name in the chat. I don't know what you're saying because I took my glasses off. So, la 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 la. I literally can't.
怎么办？待会儿我要不要帮你去问一下小夏啊？要不要你的号？
你问他呀。他今天不是回来了吗？
他昨天就回来了。
好。
Wait, yeah, I thought it was worse when it wasn't in the fridge. Okay,
Yeah.
that was just as bad. Okay, it's just always bad.
Okay, take that one too.
Oh, it's spicy vinegar.
Or
It's
do you
so
wanna
gross.
wait?
No, do it once. Let's go. This is for the other person, whatever your name was. Fucking thank you.
Valentino.
Thank you for supporting esports. Ah.
Schmignas gets one too, but I haven't.
他在喝什么东西啊？
不知道呀。
培根山脸，
That's for
这个有啥难度吗？他搞那么夸张搞毛啊！他妈的玩的那就外国佬你妈玩的也太他妈的小了，
Right in the fucking eye socket.
是不是嘛？
是的呀。
I'll give this one to
他表演的也太这个。
And yeah, I think we're done.
Ah, my face smells like
那
bacon.
培根山脸这种玩的也太小了，对不对嘛？
Smells like meat preservatives. Nothing
我
gets
玩
me more excited
那我
about
至少飞鱼罐头起啊，
some meat
直接舔干
那
净好吧？
鲱鱼罐头他妈你要他死了。
Oh yeah.
Fantastic, thank you.
对不对嘛？我他妈我上来至少鲱鱼罐头起，你妈舔干净
I。expect this to be a very good series. Oh. Woo.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for the love, guys. Remember, we like to give you guys all sort of incentives. We like to do a crossover between me being slapped and demeaned and doing dumb, crazy shit, and you guys donating money so pro gamers can have tournaments like this. And we are going to have a show match series on Carnival Day number 2 in less than a week, guys. 6 days from now, just a day or two after the tournament, where you'll have a chance to play with.
鲱鱼罐头开个价，我随便吃，
So get excited.
我随便吃鲱鱼罐头。你们他妈开个价，我怕把你吃破产。
A jar of pickled jalapenos. It is the pickle juice.
真的，我鲱鱼罐头你妈当他妈当菜吃，你他妈的怕把你吃破产，兄弟，你他妈别跟我赌这个。
当菜
Yeah,
吃
I've
呢
already
有
had
点
like
过
20 shots of it
就
in
是
the
你
last
知道
week.
能吃，这是
Come
肯
here,
定
pig.
的
I'll slap you with my meat next time. No worries, Rainer. Time for Rainer to close the chat because we're about, dude. I would eat all of.
对呀，汤也给你喝了呀，给你
I
舔
would-
干
That
净。
Italian food tastes good, and I'm sure it would be absolutely fantastic. Time to close the chat. We're gonna start the game in a second. Oh, Oz Iggy gets in there with the bloody finger guns. 5.69. Remember, guys, if you want to cheer for Rainer, 69 cents on top of any tip that you have. I don't need that now. That's fine. I'll have it later. You can have it. 42 cents on top of any of those tip numbers, and you'll get a solar alert popping up even when we're in game. Let's do it. Okay. Rainer red.
一个飞机，一个罐头。
Then we can go.
你妈的，他到底中间要搞多久啊？我靠，赶快开了呀，下一场。
Man. Yeah, they'll do it. I told them. I told them they'll do it. Can I get more hot water, please? For the voice. All right, let's go. Good luck, have fun, boys. All right, this is going to be fantastic. Oh, sorry, I turned the audio up on there. Let's be careful on that. Let's stop our
啊，
recording.
一个鲱鱼罐头10万赞助，
Very quickly close.
要不拼一场，兄弟，
Do we have music
我他妈
right now? Yep.
先开10个，好吧？今年线下赛你赞助了，
Pretty loud soundtrack.
先开10个，
Start recording. We're on
好吧？也不要多，你把今年线下赛赞助了，老子妈的
happens.
在你面前炫10个，好吧？ 啊，别拼，
Alright,
你先炫10个。
What's up, everybody? It's Pig
王哥，你
Fest,
会
and in the
你会
first
挂
round,
的，
the
我
round
跟
of
你说。
16, we've got
哎，怎么他妈用神族在打索拉呀？我靠！
Just Basilisk, I think they prefer to be called, since they
你
are
们
a
跳跳呀，那怎么办嘛？
space company and research.
哎，run 起来了，哎，run 起来了。
They're like, we don't need the gaming or the gamer or the esports. We're just Basilisk. We are a creature. We've already got their #1 fan in chat, Eon Blue, calling it out as well. Thanks for the reminder. I was already correcting myself before you even got a chance to. In the bottom right, my other favorite team, I was wearing their cap just yesterday while I was going for a run in the blazing heat onside gaming solar. It's now got sweat marks on it, so I just made my black onside hat much less cool. I'm like, yeah.
雷诺，你妈的，天天都在整活啊！
GG. Anyways, he didn't get to block the expansion, guys. Wait, what the hell?
索拉你妈很气，
That's a
我靠
pretty！ early hatchery, right? He started that 30 seconds ago right now. So yeah, that's a very early hatchery. Looks like Solar went for a quick hatchery. And yes, if those are wondering, Raiders played
把老子
first. Guess
闻
what?
得到，
Solar
鲱鱼罐头是臭的，但是这个东西还是能够忍受的。
And apparently apparently Rainer even told Solar up front, he said, I'm going to be playing Protoss, at least at the start of the series. I might race switch from there. But just so you know, I'm playing Protoss. And that's awesome. For those who don't know, Rainer took a bunch of time off after G8. I don't know if we included that in our kind of pro gamers read mean comments section or not. But
说了你妈的，待会儿输给雷诺这种神主，他肯定又要气疯了。但一般来说不太可能啊。
不太会。索拉其实挺强的，今年1年下来整个赛季看下来，他的。今年我好像感觉人形他们要把那个就是选手的评分改掉了。
怎么改？
他们要改成那种爱罗积分的那种形式。
什么叫？
就是上来选手都是就上来就跟天梯一样，就战队联赛上面所有选手上来都是初始积分，比如说初始都是1000分，或者初始都是就比如初始就是1000分。然后你赢选手，你就会加分嘛。你赢的人越强，你加的分就越多。然后一个赛季下来，这些选手的积分大家都不一样了嘛。
那倒是，
就你的评分就不一样了。这个他妈的就纯靠自己打出来的。就你也不要说什么今天他妈的别人靠手什么随便选手随便两眼一摸黑，对不对吧？就 rank 机制啊，对啊。就你不要说这战队联赛他妈的就是人形他妈的爱好给谁打分高谁就分高，他妈都靠手打出来的。比如说今天你如果能干 0 一盘，他妈的你分肯定涨很多，因为他的爱罗积分很高嘛，对吧？
也可以这样。
跟天梯有什么区别？那就是战队联赛的那个，
就你就当战队联赛是天梯就好了呀。
他们好像是想去用 AI 来搞，还是怎么搞？反正我也不知道。我今天好像看他包装上面写的是这个。数据库不够大，他可以把以前的数据库搬出来的呀。我也不知道他们怎么搞，反正我今天看了一下他们在写的。
6 Zerglings coming across the map. Only one adept there. The probe is kind of guarding the adept and it's in a bit of a choke point, but he tried to mineral walk the probe, but the adept was not quite far enough forward to defend it. And the adept trying to chase off these Zerglings. Good micro on that probe though. He sends it back to the natural, sends it back to the third. Oracle about to come in on the top. Sporecrawler's not quite done, but 2 queens more than enough to defend that. He's got to get out of there. Rainer taking
这你妈的，这个什么都没打到，
这个雷诺。这大毛啊！上来第一个先知就死了。
算了吧，雷诺，你他妈好好 ZVZ 算了。
我弄个积分奖金，不然选手觉得没意思。哎呀，你先把这个弄出来了再看呢，有意思没意思吗？再看一眼。
积分奖金
是不是？
兄弟，很多事情都要花钱的，钱要花在刀口上。
哎呀，最近我再去谈赞助吧。讲道理还是要多谈点赞助的。如果再能谈到个2、3个赞助，肯定有钱嘛，肯定是先看能不能做线下呀。能做线下是最好的。
Rainer's playing 4-dimensional chess, or he's messed up his build. I don't know which one right now. The Adept shade in, they get surrounded by Zerglings. Very good for Solar so far. Stalker is gonna try.
直接跳航母啊，雷诺，但被看到了，
没用。
What? Is this the build?
你要用2V 跳航母还低，开始那2个航母还有用。你一个航母有什么用？
This is a slaughter. Solar is all over him. Rainer's trying a very far out of left.
还有没有汉堡？做线下我们肯定是争取搞得有意思一点的呀。汉堡什么的肯定是有的呀。是不是嘛？
不是，连线下的钱都出了，汉堡这点钱出了也就出了。妈的，就问题就是现在就是他妈线下的钱很贵。
But because he's been so weak with his early trading, you should be way more efficient than the Zerg. Instead, he's been way less efficient. It's a kind of disastrous start. Luckily, Lings aren't in position, but 5 queens have pretty good damage anyway, so he's only going to get 3 drones for 2 adapts there. Transfuse says no, Solar only taking 2.
线下门票多少？
Double Forge goes down
一
for
般来说是不收门票
Cancels
的。
second Forge starts at Templar Archives. He's got a single carrier, a Stalker, an Oracle, and an Adept.
一
Right
般
now,
来
it
说
seems like a bit of a finger painting of a Protoss build rather than a regular Protoss build order. And I wouldn't mind Solar going Mass Muta. I actually think that might be the best way to win. Is just go straight to 8 gas and go Mutalist. He's already on 7 gases. Taking one more and going heavy Muta would be a great way to win. Ling's gonna get a cancel. Nicely done. Nexus does get reset here at 7 minutes. I mean,
门票再说吧，他妈连线下都没定，还门票，先定线下吧，有没有再说，好吧，不要急。
反正我们做好像从来没有怎么收门票呀。
对的，
没收过门票钱，收啥门票
Solar knows exactly what's happening. He's got 8 queens, 80 drones. He's going to 85 drones, and that 8th gas we were talking about. He's making roach speed in +1, but no roaches. He could go corruptors, but I think Muta.
雷诺反正妈的就打兵种组合，就他理解的神族虫族最难打的组合，就是他妈的憋航母在家里面，闪电憋航母。
That plus the cannon battery here, Raynor is reasonably well set up on the D. But if he doesn't have Phoenix, it's going to be tough. The Oracle just went down, guys. So both Oracles have fallen, and with that, Raynor is in the dark. Essentially, we're going to Raynor's camera. Solar has poked his eyes out. Raynor is going to have to play Illidan Protoss right now. He's like, I can smell you, demon. And you're like, I don't know if you can. Because, like, I like the fantasy, the idea of a guy fighting with a blindfold. In actual practice, I think it works out like if you take a
说了怎么按了条飞龙啊？这啥子啥？啊爆飞龙！这是啥理解啊？那说了不人没了？
他不是看到。
妈，对方出航母的这个妈的，你这个飞龙
航母他就出了2架，航母就出2架，
他就看他停的航母就直接爆飞龙了，
飞龙还可以，我说实话还可以，
有点出其不意的，真的看到对方出航母，他还在出飞龙。
先把电池点了，电池点。
妈，雷诺估计有点懵逼，他妈怎么看到飞龙了？2个航母打不过这波飞龙啊！
打不过。哎，为什么农民不跑
打不过他直接 A 航母哦，下面有白球。
他农民为什么不跑啊？
干嘛？农民多不行吗？刚好降点人口。
他妈的，他一共才120点人口，他他妈降毛人口啊！我靠！
他妈他有77个农民。干嘛送点农民不行吗？我靠！啊，说了这把电他妈电傻了，
电还是舒服啊，电。
He's got only so many Templar storms, cannons, and batteries. He's got to cover multiple angles. On the other hand, Raynor is once again reminding us.
说了，妈头有点铁，可能也是因为，
啊，主要有点气，你知道吗？让雷诺炫神族，觉得不尊重他。哎，不过也没什么，他妈的，有啥尊重不尊重吗？他妈雷诺打大克也是用的神族。那今天就算他打 Zero， 他都敢掏神族。我靠！为了点个航母，是不是损失有点大呀？我靠，这什么意思啊？他妈这空电是什么意思？
我没看懂啊。
估计是之前电出去的，这个走过来。
I don't know what that High Templar's name is. You guys can choose. I think we all have a friend who's the guy who Psy storms on the ground. You know, it's the guy in the penalty shootout.
说了生气了，要硬冲了。
Straight off the side of the field, like it's not even within 90 degrees of the goal. You're like, really, man? Is that what we're doing? Muta's coming back in the main base. Raynor is actually getting close.
这波部队你飞龙打不过了，就看地面这波能不能冲穿。
地面要有毒爆啊，这没毒爆冲不穿。
感谢邱老，现在我法考不过的一个飞机，感谢兄弟。
这你妈的毒爆速度呢？啊，蛮好。
好了好了，哇，这把电你妈的遭中了，雷诺哦，那个说了，那么多兵打到什么东西嘛？就打了18个农民，有啥用？你不刚好又帮他降了人口吗？20个农民，他还有71个，无所谓的。
农民怎么不停的呀？
不停呀，一直在按。我怎么感觉索拉再让冲下去要把自己冲没了？
starts damaging the Nexus, but does not take it down. What's he building?
飞龙继续搞，
He goes right back in though.
把基地先压住。
其实这比赛打到现在这个
凤凰来了，有射程，这个凤凰飞龙要全倒哦，这样。
这个局面，
我靠，很伤，这波飞龙很伤。
打到现在这个
正面冲了一波，正面滚了27个农民，继续滚。
就算最后妈的索拉赢了，我觉得他也输了，
感觉也很丢人的样子啊。
丢人，很丢人。
把雷诺反扑了，他他妈有好多钱，雷诺有1000多块钱。索拉现在他妈上头了呀，龙狗一直在冲。你确定冲得动吗？他这波带闪电的。
毒爆现
索拉忍不住了，再冲一波。
先滚掉后面的。
毒爆把闪电滚的是真的，毒爆把闪电滚了，把闪电滚了，雷诺和球。
好了，冲不进去了。
天上有凤凰，就在地面怎么打这些狗呢？难道就靠一个航母吗？
有那个的呀，有。
雷诺后面刷点插球就好了，其实。
刷点插，其实。
哎，索拉人口已经没了，索拉没钱了。雷诺怎么回去了？
他觉得纯的追的有点不稳，
但其实索拉是没有钱的呀。索拉你妈的现在想出大龙，
刚才就搞点。
哎，我觉得索拉打迷茫了，他怎么在出大龙啊？现在提出他这些他都打不赢。
他出大龙是要防这个凤凰，他没东西打凤凰。
他的出大龙塔呀，他想出大龙呀。
早点腐化在蟑螂狗毒爆，早就赢了，我靠！
那现在很尴尬呀，他要输啊！妈，雷诺赢得不跳上天，又开始你又要看到雷诺这个笑容了。老子妈的已经在脑补他那张笑脸了。你就越想越气，然后他还问你喜欢我这样打吗？
妈的，这真的是被自己蠢死的。
完了呀！完了！鸡鸡！你看雷诺那个笑容，你看他这张脸，你妈个鸡！摇头摇起来了。给自己点了个赞，尴尬不尴尬？
没什么尴尬的，这妈都自找。
给了自己一个大拇哥。
用神族，妈了个鸡的！
大。哎，后来最近那个大拇哥还出来过吗？好像怎么感觉没声音呢？啊，兄弟们，就那个大拇哥。
进球啦！中国队进球了吗？今天不是打缅甸吗？缅甸嘛随便打呀。
那不是应该的吗？
对啊，缅甸不说别的，缅甸至少。对吧？中国打缅甸，至少中国我觉得
3个球不过分吧
？5-0，我觉得差不多了。
啊，那倒是，5-0是应该的。妈，踢个缅甸，他妈的！
你如果踢到7-0，那就说明妈的这些国足可以，这个亚运会的国足。
哎，我是觉得这帮小伙子至少还是肯拼的，这个，对吧？这个还是很重要的。肯拼很重要。
I don't want to slow the series down too long. I like to keep the passion going. And I think we are all good. Let me just double check something really quickly.
不，这个是亚洲杯的国足，跟那个踢世界杯国足是2批人。
这个 U23。
对啊，2批人。
He's going to be much more decisive this game. Solar in the bottom right side. Playing Zerg. That was a rough one. He was in the advantage position, but he got stuck on Mutiling Bane. A quicker hive, quicker Baneling speed, or simply committing to just roaches, lings, and just mutas attacking from all sides earlier when he had the supply advantage. the genius of Reyna's opening, and he does get the block on the hatchery this game, so this one's already starting off better than the last game. The genius of that one Stargate carrier opening is it looks like you assume there's a second Stargate, you just haven't scouted it. So as the Zerg, you're like, okay, like, what are we going to do to handle this? We're gonna go spy,
你妈的，你们
we're
不
gonna
能去跟姆巴佩
drones,
比的呀！
corruptors, or maybe muters. And then you're like, wait, he's actually on the ground. Oh, okay, but wait, he's still building.
那一聊起来就跟
妈的，
姆巴佩，
洗手就姆巴佩了是吧？
And this is what you really want to do against Zerg.
他们全世界也就一个姆巴佩啊。
They're not used to and don't know how to read, and that's very, very important. So, guys, this one is Western US. We're on Solar's map pick as well as Solar's server advantage. The last one, Reyna's map pick, Reyna's server advantage. He won the coin toss, so he chose to kind of go first in that regard. And this is going to be interesting.
哎，也不要去吹日本足球，我就告诉你们，他妈的，他们现在中友谊赛各种赢，看着大热必死，好吧？那下届世界杯是什么时候？光哥？
啊，下届世界杯4年后呀！
啊！
我靠，这个戴伟俊他妈好浪啊！这一脚
叫2026。
对啊。 美加墨呀，
那亚洲区选拔赛什么时候开始呢？
啊？
亚洲区选拔赛
估计25年吧，24、25年就开了，明年就开了应该。
那亚洲杯什么时候开呢？
亚洲杯不知道呀。
亚洲杯几年一次？
关系
也是4年一次啊！
我靠，又进球了中国队。
Solar, of course, had a massive eco advantage, but yeah, the Bailings
2-0呢？
应该的，好吧？
Maybe if he attacked from 2 or 3 sides at once, rather than
妈的，打缅甸也没啥好看的。
Because historically, Reyna's weakness is storming in 2 or 3 places at once. I mean, that's just very hard to pull off in general. People are always like, oh, they just defend with cannons and storm, but like, if you're defending in 2 or 3 places at once, you can't really storm correctly. So it's definitely a way you can take advantage.
这一届
雷诺还是 VS 开。
这一届 U23如果能够把日本队搞翻，那我觉得是可以的。有没有机会黄哥？
你说什么？
把日本队搞掉？
那搞不掉，这个水平有差距，怎么搞？
You want to apply pressure, but you don't want to be throwing units away. This is not a good start for Reyna.
不可能，我靠！
真搞不掉，真搞不掉，真搞不掉日本，日本太凶了。这雷诺怎么上来开始送使徒啊？
你不要管他，
这都能打吗？送使徒、送先知都能打吗？
他上一盘不就送先知吗？不还送先知有什么用？还不是我赢？
Solar's droning pretty well. I don't think he's been supply blocked much if at all this game.
这次 U23日本来的是帮大学生，但你有没有考虑过一件事情？日本的校园足球其实很强。你如果看过他们的高中联赛的这个视频，你就不会觉得他们这个日本的校园足球跟那些职业足球有啥区别。
building spore crawler gets cancelled as well. It's not the end of the world. Just a little bit of damage for Reyna. Third Nexus is on the way on the right side. It's a bit delayed.
不是他们的这个高中的联赛的，比如说高中联赛的决赛，他妈这个氛围绝比中超好，很夸张。
比春超呢？氛围
差不多吧。 这氛围相当好。
And does he have any flying units at home? He does not right now, so we can't actually get rid of the Overlord on the high ground. Now we do have 2 more gases. It's 3 gates into a Robo. Wait, Robo Gateway? No, he settles on a Forge. What are we going for, mate? This looks like a charge build. I'm not quite sure. I think Reyna might be anticipating a Queen Walk or some sort of just big Roach Queen shove. And the reason is that's Solar's kind of best move. You know, I always call it the brick to the face. Where Solar looks most powerful in this matchup when he just decides to just shove you with some mix of roaches, queens, and zerglings before the 8-minute
5分半，这把雷诺不用，
always does them with great decisiveness.
他纯地面的这把，他没有用跳航母的战术。
Overwhelmed and killed, even though it looks like you have the right unit composition.
你这种压过去有什么意义呢？
So fast with such numbers, it's really rough. Good surround with the lings. Adepts warping in. I think they'll be able to buy a little.
先知回来就好了呀。
Man, that shield battery is just a little bit
电
too
子
late,
好
isn't
了。
it? Gets a couple of adepts there and a couple of probes. Units lost.
甲子园，甲子园不是他妈的棒球啊！你们妈
甲子园
的，
棒球好吧？
Actually, pretty good for Raynor in
对
that
啊
regard. Warp Prism comes in. Twilight Council behind it.
甲子园是棒球。
It might be. It looked like
不，按你这么说，我发现妈日本好像
now he's going 6 gases.
足球、篮球、棒球好像都有东西啊。
Pretty well-rounded setup for Raynor.
有呀，现在都挺有东西的。
Oh my lord, Solar's got
排球有没有东西嘛？以前妈不是有部排球女将嘛？
Stalkers get out
那
there.
我
I mean,
不
as long
不
as
了
you know
解。
Solar's building plenty of units and feeling a little bit of pressure, I think you're okay
我觉得
there.
这把索拉拿下雷诺应该问题不大。雷诺他妈的用这个打法都能把索拉干了，那索拉真的抬不起头了。
Twilight Council's gonna tell us a lot about
这个是纯拼实力的打法呀。
He has not used it.
上一把你还可以说把索拉打上头了，对吧？靠战术击倒。
Warp Prism, then Observer. Now he goes to Immortals and Charge. Swarmo is very good against this style. Charge very bad.
排球也很强。
Remember I talked about maxed out roach pushes.
世界第3啊，那么厉害吗？
He's got good creep in the middle.
或者说他们现在好像乒乓球好像现在有点实力，
Many drones for that fourth base, not even moving a spore crawler there.
虽然打不过我们，但是能打打。
Gets an overlord.
妈，我最想不通的就是篮球他妈都打不过日本
I think the idea is this push, Solar's
妈，在我印象里面，他妈的这篮球中国队就简直就是应该在亚洲横扫。
那个时候
随便干
姚明时代是亚洲横扫，好吧？
姚明之前也是横扫呀。
Very good attack here. Setting up for the engaged. Queens are going to come forward. Prism's going to fly through.
3比0
The
了，我靠
roaches are here, man. And charge zealots are not what you want. He doesn't even have charge. He's got one immortal. Second one is on the way. But the
他妈，我
numbers
怎么
for
感觉
Solar
这
are
雷诺
so scary.
雷诺打不过他这种打法，他凭什么打得过索拉嘛？
Didn't quite finish. The Lings on the third already.
凭什么嘛？这个是打基本功的打法呀，他细节那么烂。
I don't think you're going to be dealing with those queens, especially not with the Oracle getting taken out. Does tag
但当时什么胡卫东，我靠，
Roach Queen shove a brick to
妈的
the
什么
face.
巴特尔，
Solar's
这些你
most
妈都
effective
很
tool.
少嘛
He。waited too long. He got a bit too fancy in the last game. He tried to go to a fencing competition with Raynor. Raynor out-finessed him in the late game. Solar now says, okay, I'm going to wait for you to walk out of your house. I'm going to wait in the bushes, pick up a brick, and smash it into his skull. That is exactly what he's doing right now. Very hard build order to stop. The Immortals on the natural putting up a good fight,
Solar
but the third base is getting over.
索拉这种打法就很明显，就他妈老子不想跟你好好打。
If he had a disruptor or two,
妈用神族
不，
来
因为他妈你打基本功，索拉是可以这么干你的呀。你凭什么守得住？你细节那么烂，你上来送2个使徒，然后各种送兵，你还能把索拉打死？那索拉别玩这个游戏了。 对吧？不能是因为你叫雷诺，你选个神族你就很强的呀，你就搞航母、搞闪电什么的算了呀。
No need to overcomplicate things there, right, guys? No need to overcomplicate things.
错的也没什么错。
I did say I thought Raynor assumed he was going to do that because that's Solar's best play. Solar's amazing at that. I do expect Blink Stalker a bit more of a standard Blink Stalker play for Solar.
不是原来那种选材方式跟现在不一样呀。你原来是靠这种什么体校啊，然后进专业队，对吧？省队，然后到国家队，这个方式跟现在不一样嘛。现在你是走的是商业化的这种就是什么打职业体系，那跟原来不一样呀。原来的这种选拔方式，虽然拿不到世界前几名，但是那夺不到世界冠军，但是你亚洲还是能打的。
Raynor was the worst abuser of how OP creep used to be. And ever since that nerf, he's obviously been several steps lower than Dark Cancer. Overrated, don't at me. 2 months later, won the biggest tournament of the year.
我们排球怎么样嘛，兄弟们？我记得排球我们不是还是有点东西的嘛。
我不知道呀，我不了解。
肯定有兄弟知道的呀。
taking the game seriously and like
兄弟们，我们排球怎么样？
like
排
those
球
are two very different things. I always take the game seriously. If I play, it's because I want to win. It's not because I am there to, you know, have some banter or anything. I want to win. So I always take the
女
game
排也
serious,
崩
but
了，我靠！
sometimes I give it all and sometimes I
你
don't.
们女排我记得还可以，以前男排是有点菜，女排我记得还不错呀。
Misconception there. I feel like Rainer
女排还
was
行，
to beat Sarah and he achieved that. Now it's just dog shit these days. Too many girls in his brain. Yeah, man. I wake up every day with a new way on how to beat Sarah, and that is my only purpose in life. It's why I keep going. You know, this is my only goal and my only fuel. But I think you got something wrong. You're very right on that.
现在
part, where you just wake up and
你
think
再
about
回到
Sarah
这个
every day. But
专业
not
队
too
的
many
体制，
girls
肯
in
定也
my
回
brain,
不
just
去
too
了呀，
many boys, you know.
没什么错。
对吧？你现在你说你篮球、足球再回到专业队的这个体制，我感觉也回不去了。你怎么改回去啊？由奢入俭难的。你让那些踢，很多人就不踢了呀。
It's just well, actually, an old photographer of mine. Well, he used to take a lot of photos of me, but actually, my photographer used to say I had a resting bitch face. So it's just that's just I always normally look like.
没有，至少我们这个乒乓球对吧，还是可以的。羽毛球我记得我们也用过，也是很猛的羽毛球。
是我反正一直是觉得打不过就不打了，算了呀。
不，黄哥，这句话不能这么说。打不过，打要打，但是不要那么在意这种成绩的，不要强求了。
对。
妈打不打了，这个是过了。
参与一下就好了。
对，就不要那么在意就好了。
I can only imagine this is like a CBP comment, because that's the only time that will make sense.
感谢呀，黄哥。
But yeah.
感谢求乃我考不上庆应什么艺术的一个飞机，感谢兄弟。
感谢兄弟啊。
Quite often, if I'm going lurkers, it's mainly just because there's no time for Brood Lords, or I feel like there's no time for Brood Lords, just because that switch takes a bit more time than Brood Lord, than a lurkers, which I mean. Well, I mean, I had time to go Brood Lords actually.
Sorry to cut off the goat there, guys. All right, we're just doing a bit of a ready check. Rainer has Terran selected.
雷诺现在1比1。
I don't know if that's for real or not, but we'll find out momentarily. He's off camera right now, so I think he might.
他你妈待会儿，如果他赢的时候了，有本事待会儿你妈 PVT 去干帮你，我靠！狗逼！
我靠，他这个又是什么？这个他要干嘛呀？来了个。吃掉吗？
这个面包好像有点大呀，
好像也难吃吧？应该里面夹了什么东西吧？
哎，这面包我说实话，你如果让我这种就没里面不夹东西的话，我说实话我有点吃不下，
因为太干了呀。
对，太干了。你不要跟我说什么有点甜味啊，有点麦香味，这种味道还是吃不下。
太干了。
怎么又贴回来了？我靠
！God damn. People that put butter on a peanut butter sandwich are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
英国顶级美食，面包加生菜加火腿。
不，英国不是那边不是吃什么那个什么土豆炸鱼吗？不是说有？
仰望星空。我只知道这个东西。英国是不是到底是不是真的英国菜就没有人拿得出手的？是不是这个说法？就是他们英国菜就没有任何一个菜拿得出手，就吃不了，还是说是？
不，黄哥是这样，就是。在欧洲，对吧？我就说欧洲啊，
法国菜肯定是拿得出手的。
法国菜是拿欧洲里面，欧洲妈的这种美食里面， 最好吃的，没有之一。
就拿得出手，法国菜是
拿得
出
手，能拿出手，
对吧？那就英国菜是不是就拿不出手？还是说英国菜至少有他们一两个菜，至少还可以。法国、意大利都拿得出手是吧？
You can also go warp gate and stargate at the same time, so it's hard for your opponent to identify if you've gone stargate
不，
or not.
意大利菜是什么菜嘛？除了披萨还有什么东西啊？不知道呀。
When I was grinding a lot of Protoss, last year.
不，意大利有什么东西？意大利面还有呢？
披萨呀，
奶油蘑菇汤呢？我他妈就知道这个东西来意大利。
He doesn't even send the probe out after the cyber core. He says if I get 12 pulled, I'd probably die. Scouting now doesn't really matter.
意大利还有海鲜饭，
海鲜饭
西班牙菜，西班牙菜是不是？西班牙菜是不是也还可以嘛
？People in the chat are discussing the snow looks too white here. They're like, I'm from Finland. This does not look like real snow. It is too white. Snow is a different type of.
西班牙不是有个什么火腿还可以吗？
哎，说的没错，西班牙那种绿标火腿还是白标火腿，我不知道，反正生吃的好像是。
对啊，就是好像有个什么火腿还可以。
Horrible Finnish accent. Oh, no one can speak like a Finnish bit person. They have the best accent in the world. To be fair, every Finnish accent is different as well. If you guys haven't heard Elfie, Welmu, and Cyril, they are all completely different, absolutely.
啊，不过我有一说一谎，我觉得我们这种是吧，比较适合去阿根廷和巴西。
有烤肉是吧？
那边那个烤肉绝逼 nice， 我告诉你，绝逼 nice。
Rainer is not being aggressive at all. He's just like chrono probes, second gateways come out to complete the wall. Oracle, damn early.
感谢球男取不到孙一峰的钻石粉丝，感谢兄弟，
感谢兄弟。
俄罗斯吃什么的吧？我问他们吃的是什么？就什么这种像腌肉一样的那种，反正然后喝什么那个叫什么生命之水？
生命之水是什么？伏特加吗？
伏特加呀！我靠！
俄罗斯应该也有好吃的。
I know you guys always. I always get supply booked on 46. That's the secret. Same reason, Zerk. Start third hatchery, build third queen.
正宗俄罗斯菜在东北。哎，找个机会去试试看，好吧。
The adepts got thrown away. Oracle did get taken out. A lot of things went bad for Rainer in both game 1 and game 2. I think he's just saying, look, I'm messing up my early game. Let's play defensive. Let him bring the fight to me. And I do expect a much quicker Twilight Forge follow-up. He's going for that third gas. So yeah, looks like he wants to play Gateway Man. Doesn't have to fully commit to it. It's not really Rainer's style to play full Gateway Man, but starting with a 3.
吃的东西我不说别的，就我们中国还是妈在吃这一块还是有点东西的。好，又是这一招啊！他是单 VS 出2个航母转地面，然后就骗你。没有用的这一招，这一招只要妈的，哎，这是什么细节啊？哎，这狗怎么不动啊？
Do you even have a response as Solar? For me, I felt like after that first game, his response would be, if you do this again, I'm just going to queen walk with Mass Roach.
杭帮菜是不是8大菜系里面的？
I think Mutas was working fine. He honestly just needed to play the follow-up to the first Mutalisks better. Whether that means
有没有这个说法
faster or investing in just Mass Roach and shove the front, because I really think Rainer was very fragile, but it's always about finding when the Protoss is fragile, doesn't have all the pieces together. Now Roach Warren's on the way so far. Nice quick fourth base, 10 worker advantage.
不，这菜呀，他妈的，难道不是吗？对啊，浙江菜，这菜他妈肯定是杭帮，这是8大菜系里面之一的。
Clear the watchtower and turn around though, and Solar's not taking the bait. He builds like 2 more Zerglings and goes back to droning. Solar's so confident at this point, and this is what happens when you crush your opponent's early harassment 2 games in a row. You start to feel untouchable in this stage of the game.
雷诺又转回他那套航母了啊！ 就这套体系，他觉得很难破，
没用。
出两三个航母，然后逼虫族去走天空，
搞个10个腐化，蟑螂狗毒爆 A 脸就结束了，一点用都没有。
他这个就是让你很难去，就是航母的数量很难判断。
He's just going to come in from many angles at once. Seeing the Twilight in the Forge confirms to Solar it's a ground transition, but it's blink this time.
西湖大闸蟹，西湖有个毛大闸蟹啊！不是阳澄湖大闸蟹。
西湖还
话说今年是不是阳澄湖大闸蟹要上了，孙哥？
快要上了。
多少号啊？
我们一般情况来说是他们这边应该是在25号还是28号要开湖，反正不着急啊。
开湖了是吧
？800 gas, 800 minerals, and he's going to use it just for corruptors and roaches. There's such a smart way of doing it. He's just going to say just enough corruptors to kill the carriers, and then I will kill you with mass roach. Now, stalkers are great versus that, especially with cannons and batteries, and he is building those. Problem is, Storm is not going to be
太刻意了，我没刻意啊，这不是要开湖的呀。我们不是在那边包了那个湖的吗？包了点。
对的。
我们每年都包的呀，这个。
好呀，这把出腐化了呀，没了呀，这个雷诺。
对，这把出腐化就没问题。这把飞龙绝对是整活的。
对，只要出腐化
A 脸就好了。
这面蟑螂狗毒爆。没有用，你这些什么闪电什么都没用。
我们包的那个阳澄湖，他们有那种蟹农的嘛，然后我们就是跟他们有一个合作的嘛，然后包了他们几亩，对吧？是包了多少
20亩
我包了20亩的这个就是这个怎么说呢？这种叫20亩的。
就阳澄湖划了一块地方，
蟹田对吧？这个叫，这个叫蟹田，包了20亩蟹田。
Does do storms from the left and the right at the same time. The roaches and the ravages are getting heavily damaged. Solar's supply is insane though, and he's hitting a very crisp timing, trying to overwhelm the cannons on the far right and the far left.
对呀，这他妈冲就完事儿了呀，这个战术。那就2个航母，搞得跟
这种就其实你就把它当成是一个走，它就走地面就行了，你就把它当成走地面，对吧？腐化只要把
2个航母太少了，
腐化把航母出来之后，这个腐化待会儿正面冲的时候，侧面就去直接偷你的主矿基地去了。雷诺真不行，雷诺这个神种，我看出来了。
哎呀，他们孙哥他们会去拍的。每年都拍的呀。今年他还会去年的视频，我还去做了这个船呢，我靠，慌的一批。
没什么好慌的，船有什么好慌的？都掉不下去。
我们还做了这个船，当时不是去拍了这个视频的嘛？今年他们又要去拍了。今年又要去拍了，去这个湖里边。
好了，这面冲破了呀，已经冲破了。
这个雷诺他妈用神族就不可能赢索拉，索拉自己出飞龙整活了一盘输了，现在打的老实点，就蟑螂腐化顶点就完事儿了。
And it just shows how hard it is to defend on altitude, especially when you're playing a very static defense-focused style. Raynor needed to be more Blink Stalker focused, with just a few batteries spread around. Cannons, as good as they are and amazing as they are, they cannot move, and that's what got punished this game. Solar taking perfect advantage. Good blink control coming in for Raynor.
其实他这个战术就是用2个航母作为迷惑，你知道吗？
对，他就逼你，比如说腐化出多了，对吧？你就有点
你看清楚了之后，你就觉得这个战术其实很蠢，没有机会这个战术。
雷诺要选虫族了，你信我，他也不想输的。
当然，雷诺用这个战术说明一件事情，就是他觉得这个战术很厉害，他平常打的时候这个战术他也很头痛，所以他才用出来。
每年都拍宣传片，看来蟹的利润还可以，这你妈！
不，那自己
的蟹卖一部分，然后还有一部分是 还有一部分是做成礼品去送的。
对，
这个就跟你每年送月饼是一样的嘛，就是我们有很大一部分蟹是做成礼品去送的，因为你在这个圈子混嘛，终归还是要每年逢年过节呀，要做点这种，要送点，就一般很多都是送那种什么，就礼盒啊什么的这种东西。送谁啊？送很多合作方嘛，就合作方啊、供应商啊。
哎呀，送比如赞助商爸爸们，对不对？
赞助商爸爸们啊，这些都会送一些的呀。
对呀。
就比如现在比如说你要出去做这种礼盒，就中秋到了，你要做月饼的礼盒，其实现在外面也挺贵的呀。后来法人就想的是你送这种东西你还不如去这个搞点这种大闸蟹，对吧？然后是自己的 IP 自己包装的，然后也自己包的这种蟹田产的，那别人也觉得你还挺用心的嘛。
说的没错。
给兄弟们抽，会抽的呀，到时候上了会抽的，别慌。
自家的水有味的，这你妈！
这会抽的，会抽的。
Alright, guys. We knew this would happen. We knew he'd bitch out. Just kidding. He's playing Protoss again. Get wrecked, nerds. No race switching. No, he's just having fun with Protoss. He knows that he doesn't have the best chance of winning here.
好了，来了啊，还是用神族。妈的，真的没死。
我靠，雷诺他妈的赌气是吧？
真的没死过，我靠！
妈就赌气啊！就妈的，老子就要用神族打。
Big fan of both of these teams, and I like wearing both of their merch whenever I can. Alright guys, down here in the bottom right, Solar up 2 games, he only needs 1 more to finish it. A lot of people were saying swap to Zerg, but for those who don't know, Raynor has been a bit burnt out after Game 8. He's been very open talking about that and saying, you know, I've just been not able to enjoy playing with Zerg.
我都以为他要用虫族最后一把，结果他赌气就不要。
不是，现在用虫族，万一他妈输了就更丢人，还不如用神族洒脱一点，输了就输了。
When I asked him and confirmed, he was like, can I off race in the tournament? Because like, if not, I probably won't bother playing because I'm just not having fun playing with Zerg right now. I need a bit of a break from it. So I absolutely love it. He's just kind of taking his time here to enjoy playing, and he knows he's not as crisp with Protoss. Like a lot of these games, he's going to look at it and he's going to be very aware of the mistakes he's made, but he doesn't really have the reps and the hours to instantly correct them, right? So it can be frustrating for fans looking at it going, oh, come on. The thing is, I see how genius he is with his late game strategy and how unkillable he can be in PvZ. Like, if he gets set up, like, you really are on a timer against Raynor. And even in PvT, last year when he was playing a lot of Protoss, he would often get way behind versus Terran. But if they let the game drag on long enough, he would smash.
如果还用那个航母的战术的话，反正Solar刚才那把就执行的非常好，差不多11-12个腐化，打完还可以喷你主矿基地。
Got a very deep understanding of how good Protoss can be once they're set up, but getting there is a different story.
最重要的一点就是在这个对抗来说的话，雷诺的基本功明显不如Solar，好吧？那Solar这个爆兵有点快。
You can maybe cover the space with cannon battery a little bit easier, especially if it's mostly centered kind of in a central area between your 3rd and 4th. But I think in general, you want to open up a bit heavier into the stalkers and the gateways and use them more because their mobility allows you to buy time. Cannons and batteries can't move around, they can't reposition, they can't buy time. That's what really cost him in that last game. Adept is shading forward, 2nd Adept is just chilling at home. So I think if you're a Raynor fan, you're really looking for the Oracles to find a bit more damage to give him a chance. He hasn't been successful with his Oracles, and I feel like there's a bit of a confidence hit. I talked about how
看雷诺这把怎么打吧，他的战术被破了呀。
Solar anticipated it, and he didn't spread the creep tumor.
正常打他又打不过。
Raynor doesn't get a snipe. He's going to move out to take that 3rd base right now. 2nd Oracle coming out. 1st one's going to go across the map, of course. Solar's coming forward with 4 Zerglings. Oh, that pylon's very late, guys. He really needs to get this base started.
你这个不就搞笑吗？
Positioning there, guarding the
他把这个使徒你妈挤出来，我都无语了。我靠，他如果真上，这个使徒就没了。
laser beam on. But Solar's pretty ready for it.
别慌，他赌你不敢上。
But he can leave the laser on and wait for that drone and at least force it to cancel there. And he runs away. Does turn the laser off.
雷诺这个神族，我觉得你应该不是对手。
Rainer building another pylon, just about a second.
那不是废话吗？
A lot of pro production from these supply blocks, but even small supply blocks not something you expect to see for Rainer. Normally he's a little bit tighter than that.
我看了一下，真的，也不是说你一定打不过，你用这种一波的战术是有机会的。我说真的。
One adept, but a couple of lings go down for it. Not the worst trade in the world for Rainer, as oracles can't really find a way in right now. 6 queens and 2 spore crawlers with a 7th.
我打不过雷诺。
First successful flyby gets 2 drones, makes it 3. Good focus fire by Solar, gets a few more hits manually targeted on that low hit point oracle. Very well done. The adept gets lured out. Careful, Rainer. Solar's a cheeky boy with those zerglings, he is. And just as he was about to hit a supply block,
你那个6分钟一波的，
雷诺这把好像又正常打了。 中国123好强，不是你他妈踢个缅甸，我可不可以他妈的别吹？
Oracle's coming back in for a flyby. There's no spore crawler on that base. Ooh, that would have been a good angle.
对吧？你今天把日本、韩国干了，我觉得还可以的。踢个缅甸都开始吹了。
2 VR 它是什么打法？
Some of the earlier maps, map 2, they just mass roach queen off 3 base, and to make sure that doesn't happen, Rainer is going double robo on his natural. Now that's easily scoutable though. He's lucky Solar didn't run up his ramp, man. Because if Solar sees that, that's a real bummer. Sentries with terrible damage output. Oracles, they have to turn their lasers on. Good patience. Oh, Solar sees it. He sees the double robo. And the problem is now Solar's just going to drop a Spire. He's too good for that. He actually goes Infestation Pit. I was expecting Spire.
雷诺的战术估计Solar 嘛都有点迷茫。2 VR 抱不朽。
缅甸嘎腰子，这你……哎，说实话，我还真接到过这种诈骗电话。给我讲一些有的没的，话都讲不清楚。我还真接到过，口音也奇奇怪怪的，话都讲不清楚。
我现在就是这样，就是不认识的电话，我从来都不接的。
都不接嘛，就是
我从来不接的。每天大概打我电话的有大概3、4个吧，反正，但我从来不接的。
但是我跟你说，你接完了之后，你马上就会收得到一个短信，
什么短信？
就是这个反诈中心的短信，就会发一个短信到你手机上，跟你说什么，你接到什么境外电话什么什么的。 还会跟你讲这个有可能是诈骗什么的，就很快，马上就收得到。
He needs Archons to try and clear the locusts when they land on his face. They're going to be a big problem otherwise. He's got 3 oracles out. Queen's moving on that right side. You don't want to lose your 4th base, but if you move your army down there, you know these locusts are going to clear your 3rd out.
我今天接了3个，就打过来3个，一个是从江苏打过来的，一个是从四川打过来的，还有一个从河北打过来的。
打过来叫你干嘛？叫你
我没接啊，我又不接。
这种一般都叫你贷款。我靠，这个妈说了就往死里整的，雷诺防不住的呀，这个战术他绝对防不住。 这个多考神族基本功啊，考细节的，他怎么可能防得住这种他妈的什么宿主交换嘛？索拉这个操作也他妈一坨，我操！这妈索拉这个操作也是一坨。妈，这种宿主开始在往前送的。
你等有小虫子你再上呀！我靠！火蟑螂多搞一点火蟑螂。
No big transition for Solar. He is just dead set on me kill you now. He does end up getting 8 probes in total. Looks like the workers in the main taking a couple of hits, as well as in the natural as gas mining's being disrupted. Rayner's so busy right now. Oh, the Locust, single Locust.
速度好少啊，他的速度啊。
He's diving on top of these immortals. They're very clumped, so they eat some big biles. Trying to fall back to the safety of the cannons and the batteries.
他刚才送了有点送了3个呀。
Feeling the oppressive power of swarm hosts when the creep is this far forward. If the Zerg has a creep schlong protruding into your third base, swarm hosts suddenly have just the carpet laid out for them. They can run in, throw the Locust into your base, run away. There's no catching them at this point. He's even going to break those rocks there as well. And double immortal production, good versus the roaches, good versus the swarmers, but they're not great.
雷诺只能在家死守，继续憋，
他
他要把白球憋成型。
你明知道3矿那么多东西，你为什么宿主不去找个位置去搞2矿基地呢？
对呀，他妈都在左下角这个地方点个虫洞啊，或者怎么样的。
对呀，你
基地一搞就结束了，你就这样往前飞也能把基地飞掉的呀。
怎么你妈怎么
全放了呀？就是怎么还剩3个不放的
？2矿也有东西。
妈雷诺一会儿憋一波出来把索拉打死，搞笑了。
他就不朽白球，然后带点基础差的。
对呀，他就爆不朽嘛，纯爆不朽带白球。
I mean, you have to push forward as Rayner here, but the Roaches are so cheap. He's now started a Hive and a Hydra and thinking about that transition. Zealot's going to try to save the base on the left. Charge is on the way. Maybe if there was a bunch of Psystorm mixed in here, I feel like if Rayner can get like 8 High Templar with Psystorm mixed in or a few more Archons, he can clear these waves. Right now, it's just 3 Archons. He does have 4.
他都出来，他要守这个4矿太好了呀，跟他干呀！4矿的位置啊。
I think he's just using the lasers to clear the Locust.
对不对嘛？你这位置你妈你不死啊！我靠，还敢出来
！All over Biles take out an immortal and an Archon almost instantly. The Roaches not good.
甩，把叉都甩了。
So they back off and they pick apart the army little by little. He's got to try and push this
这
creep
妈的
back.
这不朽是有点多
He's
啊。
got a decent supply. But these Ravagers so good at defending on creep. And what's really annoying for Rayner is Solar is defending on Rayner's side of the map. You want to be defending on your side of the map, and yet Solar's the one who's trying to defend him, trying to keep him back. It's frustrating. The observers both got sleep. Great snipe for Solar. He's going after that Archon with the
下波小虫直接 A 的呀，顶过去，不朽又打不了小虫子的，搞得跟真的一样。
出不了门，他这个打法必须要配闪电。你要用闪电解决掉这波小虫子，或者白球你要多。现在对索拉来说就是跟你强换。
哎，这个绕换家还可以啊。
绕叉绕的不错，这波绕叉绕的不错，这样给自己一个出门的机会。
The tankiness is actually keeping him up on the defense. Those Roaches
还不出门啊
a few of them do escape, but Rayner keeps splitting zealots. And remember, there's only 67 workers right now. There's no Vipers, but there's still a lot of swarmers. He cleared a lot of the creep here, but there's still creep.
他这个他妈的速度
That
和
schlong is still there, and
蟑螂
Solar
火
running
蟑螂是
right
编
down
一
to the
起的
tippity
吗
tip to throw the Locusts into
看着好
battle.
难受啊，这速
Looking
度
to
蟑螂火
get
蟑螂都
Rayner's
在一起。
Protoss very
你
pregnant
这么
with
蟑螂
Locusts.
火蟑螂先上呀，
Solar's
速
coming
度
in
再
with
上
Biles
呀
there,。but Immortals are very tanky units. Archons on the top, you want to keep those alive to clear the Locusts. Let the
细节
Immortals
好
fight the
好
Roaches. The
差，
Archons are there
是
for
吧
the Locusts. Zealot's still dancing in and out in the south. +3 attack will be coming in. Rayner has kept his shiz together throughout. He needs an observer though, or he needs to use those oracles to clear this creep. If he clears all creep on this side of the grass, I think he can get back in this game. But right now, Lurkers are making along with Lurker upgrades, and Immortals do wreck Lurkers. But once Vipers come out as well, that'd be great. Still no Vipers is amazing. I can't believe Solar went Lurkers before Vipers. I think he's so worried about a counterattack. He figured he needed that, but imagine how powerful Blinding Cloud or Abduct would be on this army. If you can come in from 2 sides with Locust and Blinding Cloud, like this Immortal Archon ball is just useless. Locust coming in from the right, Ravagers from the left. Rayner's in a bit of a tight ball.
这波就包起来不是很
白球清小虫子还是快。
白就是。
But he's losing more valuable units. Units lost
第一次都甩了。
雷诺憋起来了呀，哎，
各种绕。
哎，他妈憋起来了呀，我感觉。这个多线他插的索拉很难受。
对，这波立功了，好了，直接顶到脸上了，但还是有一波小。
被索拉被顶死，搞笑了吧？他骗一波小第一次出来了还好，但第一次出来不一定解决得了那么多的不朽。要这把赢了，雷诺他妈第5把估计还是胜利。
你说的没有错。
His position is not that powerful because there's still creep all over his side of the map. But he's right now killing the 5th base of Solar. He's making a Stargate transition, and most importantly,
这场我就觉得索拉就算赢了，也挺丢人的，说实话。
His army though is still dangerously small.
作为一个顶级的虫族选手， 在面对同样是虫族选手的雷诺，他选神族的情况下，都能跟你打成这样。
有没有可能他妈的你这个雷诺才是真正的他妈屁黑？
切，
有没有这个可能？
还要包了呀，这波要包了，上面刷牌叉呀，直接刷牌叉包了呀。
有小虫子吗？哎，包不了。
他没插，
插在外面。
我插在外面。全在外面，他的叉。
你把基地插了呀？这不是你把基地那个搞了呀？这第一次。说哪没农民了？41个农民只有，有84个。哥点基地呀，点基地呀。
Nexus falls here though for Raynor. He does try to take a new Nexus up top. He's still got a massive worker count. He's got 30 probes on that base, 10 on that. He's out of resources in the main. There's still 10 workers there. Raynor has a pretty decent supply until you realize it's all probes. He needs more army. I don't think disruptors will cut the mustard at this point. I don't know, maybe.
终于把这个能金搞了。
Still feel like 1 or 2 blinding clouds ruins his day. Neuroparasite could ruin his day as well. His army's so simple. He's going to try and make carriers.
别说了，应该还是能赢吧。他已经转成双喷了。
他经济有点差。
还是能赢吧？他这个波打不了第四啊。
地址有点多
了。他妈凭什么神族就只出白球和不朽就能赢啊？难道这个组合就没有解决不了吗？那你第次你肯定是打不过的。他那么多第次，你用什么打呀？你不朽打得过这么多第次？我不信。哎，话没说完，他妈你送一半是什么意思啊？妈话没说完，他送一半。
But just 2 carriers is not going to be enough on its own.
有小虫子了，这波可以。
但这波小虫子，说实话，第四还是要往前爬一爬吧。好了，
小虫子
直接刷一排叉，但是这个小虫子还在，小虫子太凶了。小虫子太凶了，他白球不在，清不了。
看到航母了，航母只能用刺石来解决啊！你趴呀！你妈了个，这说了这操作什么东西啊
？He could send a single unit there and win the game, but Raynor is getting away with murder in the top of the base, and Solar is
人口咬得很紧啊，其实。
说到这边都是战斗人口，
航母还没成型，
哇，这都能压死一个，
还没成型这个航母。好了，小虫子一放，这波打不了了。你白球已经死的差不多了，
得赶快去把矿给清了。
打不了了，打不了了。说了，农民很少的，他就全是战斗人口，120的战斗人口。航母成型就要6个左右才能成型，你如果有6个航母，你转一波，就第4蛇就打不过航母。说了，妈的不会最后被打个猝死吧？
现在就12点那边分矿搞定就赢了。雷诺
对，但是说了，其实他这波宿主小虫子放完之后，其实人口还是挺虚的。航母还没有成型，只有4个啊，他要有6个航母左右才能够真正跟刺蛇干。4个航母还是少了一些。
他现在不知道外面有矿，我跟你说，他不知道外面有矿。这个应该知道吧？他妈这个都不知道吗？
不知道呀。下面还在被穿插。
已经赢了，好吧？
哎，我真觉得他妈有可能一会儿被打个猝死。一会儿6个航母了，且已经6个航母了。他带2把闪电，比如把刺蛇给你一电，我靠，下面的插一插，他妈说了人直接兵败如山倒。一会儿，他就几个刺蛇吗？现在是24个刺蛇，这边6个航母，妈不就2把闪电的事儿吗？你就一个飞蛇你拖嘛，你拖过去就电你。现在刺蛇是打不过插加航母的， 这好像刺蛇有点少。好了，直接强行端这边矿，看闪电了，看闪电，一把两把，哎呦，很痛啊！再来，宿主小虫子贴上去，反馈到一个，但被拉了一个航母。还有一把电吗？感觉还有一把电。最后拼一枪，直接上去把闪电打了。
打小飞机，打小飞机，只能打小飞机，现在没有办法。
强行瞄小飞机了，没有闪电，小飞机被点光了。赢了。
这小飞机点光，你造不出来了呀。
站住了，小飞机点光了，
没矿了。
下面矿在下面，他反穿了一波叉。那波第一次把闪电清了，
赢了，还拿下。
但是索拉也没钱收入了呀。
不，索拉还能。
雷诺下面这边矿开起来了。
索拉还有这个宿主，还有刺蛇是可以打掉这。
主要这波刺蛇现在航母也解决不了。
对你5个
没有闪电，
你5个这个航母其实没有用，还是太少了。
你要配合点闪电什么的才能解决。他们要基地了呀，可以。关键就是这几个地刺，它可以把闪电清掉，这个很重要。然后刺蛇在这里把小飞机打光，你雷诺也没钱呢，
也挺贵的现在。
再没有一个地刺吗？强秒一个地刺，往回跑，小飞机收回来。
哎，拉，
闪电反馈，第二把闪电。
还行吧，
合球了，这边只能强行勒上去了，但是小飞机不够，小飞机不够，
完了，
只有3个航母了，小飞机不够了，GG。我靠，赢得好艰难呐！雷诺怎么还在笑？差一点点，小飞机不够。
我真的遭不住雷诺。
他就喜欢